Hi, friends. And welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris, yo, that's me. That's Danny Marang to my left over there. Casey Smith back there on the ones and twos holding the beats down for you on this beautiful Tuesday morning/afternoon.
Yep, see you later. I'm out.
Okay, bye. Yeah, senioritis definitely kicks in at some point.
Yep.
We do have a good show today.
We do.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow's prep for the event.
Okay.
She has baking to do, the final decorations and all that kind of stuff, and then I'm trying to think if anything wedding wise. Yeah, if you're coming, you got the text last night of. Please do not arrive any later than this moment.
Yes, I got a long laundry list from Daniel Marang yesterday, which is the only time he communicates with me these days.
It's true. I don't communicate with anybody, for being honest right now.
And we laughed because it came across the wife and I think it came across like around dinner time, something like that. The wife and I were watching a movie, and it came across, and I was like, oh, new information. So I'm sharing it with the partner, and she goes, oh, still no dress code, huh? Still no dress code, which means... Once again, Friday, the big nooner, Casey and I will unveil our attire for the wedding. So tune into that. That should be, outside of Chauncey Billups, that should be our highest rated YouTube day.
There you go. I like it.
Well, the Chauncey Billups, I mean, nothing will beat that, dude. We had English and Russian bots yelling about which one was more racist to each bot. That was pretty great.
It's sentient AI.
Bot on bot crime.
Yeah, I think it's because we had peaked over 1,000 viewers that day.
Which...
Pretty wild.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may.
I can't believe that's the last thing he said in public.
Well, I think not guilty.
Well, yes. But also it just makes me giggle so much that that's one of the last things that we heard. In fact, I'm going to play it again.
I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may.
Think about this. A funny thing. This is how fast time moves. Mm-hmm. We have already had a full NBA season.
It's almost been a year
since that has happened. There is new ownership. Mm-hmm. There has been a second coach of the Blazers since then, and Danny's getting married.
Yeah.
That's how much stuff has gone. We got a new producer since then.
Yeah.
Lots happened.
It's wild, dude. It's wild.
Were we FM? Yeah, we were FM.
We had just made the switch.
Did we have Timbers, Thorns, Fire? I don't know if we did.
Ooh, I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did.
No.
Because the season was still going on.
Thorns, Fire, yes.
Okay.
So Thorns, Fire, no. Timbers, yes.
Timbers, yes. Thorns, Fire, no.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot. Tiff and I have talked a lot about that. Like, think about a year ago. I'm just like, holy crap.
I know. My kids, I will never have all three of my kids in one school again. Mm-hmm. And I now have 2 middle schoolers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts, which is another phone bill.
I wasn't even in the city or the state last year.
Yeah, just think about that.
That's the crazy thing to me. I'm going, well, I was selling phones in a Costco a year ago.
Hustling. Getting your Giannis on.
Oh, God.
Cell phones and watches.
I feel bad for those guys at Costco. Because I don't even acknowledge them.
Don't feel bad.
I just continue
Don't feel
to
bad.
walk.
They know their life.
I don't even smile. I don't even acknowledge.
A friend of mine, she met her husband that way.
Oh, that's cool.
He was this is 20 years ago. He was slanging phones at Costco.
Is it a decent gig?
It's not bad.
I bet you 20 years ago it was probably a little bit easier.
I've had a few coworkers where game is game.
Yeah.
Every time I walk by those people in Costco, they're always with people that are definitely over the age of 80.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Target market. That over 55 plan.
Look at this kid. He clearly knows.
Target-rich environment. Costco, it's great for that.
You just got to lean into the olds, right?
I mean, again, just don't exploit them. But yeah, it is what it is.
What an opportunity.
Tell him, Dan.
I get the resting cop face through the entry of Costco.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't do it all that often. I think I'm pretty approachable otherwise, but if I'm not interested in anything you've got, that the face has the ability to go, do not engage.
If I put a Seahawk jersey on you and you walked into my Costco, it'd be Central Casting.
Yeah.
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 Vancouver Costco, you in a Seahawk jersey. If you had to wear it, has to be a throwback, but of a modern player. Who is it going to be? Because my favorite guy that I saw once, and I took a picture of it, and I think it's even like a profile picture on some weird accounts I have somewhere. It's a dude in a DK Metcalf jersey, but it's the Steve Largent style.
Okay. Mine would have to be Big Cat.
Okay.
Be Leonard.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it'd be
I'm
Leonard.
cool with that.
I mean, fight on. Come on now.
As long as you're not wearing 12. I can't handle that. I don't know what it is. I feel really bad.
The 12th man jersey?
Because I got friends that have the 12th that are diehard Seahawk fans, and I don't have a team, which we'll get to in the Dooner, but I can't get behind the 12. For some reason, it bothers me.
Well, it also bothers A&M fans.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because it's theirs, and they shouldn't get bothered because they get paid for it every year.
Yeah, no.
It's like free NIL.
It's it's no big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys know anybody that wears the 12 jersey?
Same sideline.
Yeah, I know a couple.
I can't explain it.
And
I
also
don't know
know
why, but
they weren't Seahawks fans growing up either. I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna kind of go with that.
I know a lot of Duck fans that I went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Beaverton, so Beavers, and the Beavers were really good when I was in high school.
In the early 2000s, yeah, Beavs were good.
Late 90s,
Late
early
90s, early 2000s, yeah,
They
yeah.
were nationally ranked.
It's crazy how I grew up a Duck fan and then became a Beaver when they got bad.
Yeah, well, you're a glutton for punishment.
That's tough.
Yeah, but
That's why you should just
really
be a kid
tough.
like me, dude. We always suck. That's not true, actually.
yeah,
the 90s were good to us.
You were pretty good then.
The 90s and early 2000s were good to us.
But we, a lot of Oregon State gear and a lot of Oregon State jerseys and a lot of Oregon State hats back then. And I would say 2012, 2013, I started seeing some Facebook posts and a lot of Go Ducks, Duck for Life, and, quack, quack, and throwing up O's. And I'm like, No. You're not a Duck lifer. I know what you used to wear. I know who you used to root for. I know who you used to love. Don't do that to me.
We had, if those of you that are listening to this program right now that know me from our youth, we went to school with this girl, Lindsay. Her dad went to Oregon, so she is a true, like the family is what's diehard. But she was so diehard Joey Harrington, the great Joseph Harrington, and understood the guy could have won a Heisman, what I call the birth of modern Oregon. I know Keeley was there before him, but I think Joey's the birth.
Joey had the billboard.
Yeah, Joey's the birth of modern Oregon as far as I'm concerned. And she would never shut up about Joey Harrington.
Joey was here, was that last week?
Who cares about the Ducks? They've never done anything. And I saw her at a high school reunion. She was like, how you like that?
They still haven't done anything.
And I was like, ouch. Boom.
And look how you've switched sides.
From the top rope.
Step into a Slim Jim.
And so we just TP'd her house every weekend for like 14 weeks straight.
Ooh, wow. Does that still happen anymore?
I don't know.
Do TP, I feel like it just doesn't happen anymore.
I don't know. It would be a feat of man if you did my house.
Is there a lot of trees?
No.
Oh, there's nothing.
And the tree, I've got like one tree in the front, and it's huge.
High school, the cheerleaders and the rhythm bees, the dance team, Thursday night would go to all the seniors' houses before games and go out there and cheer and TP the house and have fun with all that kind of stuff. Like, does that thing kind of thing happen anymore?
I don't know, man, dude. I think kids sit around and goof off on their phones. I have friends.
The screenagers?
Yeah, I have screenagers. I haven't heard that term. Nice. I have friends that teach in the Vancouver School District, the Evergreen School District, and all around Portland as well, whether it's Beaverton or PPS. And I always ask them, I'm always curious, like, do kids smoke pot these days? Do kids drink? Like, is there parties? Things like that. And a lot of my teacher friends kind of say, no, a lot of them think that drinking and smoking is kind of lame. They would rather sit around on a couch unmonitored by their parents and scroll through TikTok and Instagram and tell each other stories.
Be zombies.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like the lamest thing in the world, dude.
Anytime I see kids out, like in our neighborhood, like doing stupid stuff, instead of being like shaking my fist at the cloud, I'm like, oh, the kids are stupid again.
Yay!
Yes! You see a kid bite it doing something stupid on a bike or a scooter, I'm like, yes!
I saw a pack of kids all wearing soccer jerseys for some reason, all on scooters, and just the one kid who's trying to catch up to the group, he's going too fast, and I'm sitting at the stoplight going, this can't end well, this can't end well. All of a sudden, you just see the legs go horizontal in the air, and that kid got scraped up. It was a tough watch.
I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old that live down the street from me, and they're always bombing out of their driveway into the street, not looking for cars, and it's the main thoroughfare in the neighborhood. And my wife and I are like, those kids are going to get hit someday. And I'm like, yeah, those were the days.
Those are the days.
Those were the good old days.
Look, man, being stupid.
Instill some fear into you.
Yeah,
you
no,
only
it's like,
need one kid to get hit for them to not do it again.
yeah, and I'm not looking for like brain damage for the kid, but like, I feel like if you don't
It's a
grow
clean
up,
hip check.
if you don't grow up getting one scare, whatever it is, like, you should get stitches. Like, it's just should you like, especially as a young dude, like being active and being dumb. Go do something that gets you stitches.
I know. My son doesn't.
Still?
No.
How old is he now?
9. He'll be 10 next month.
There's time.
Yeah.
There's time. Like,
Well, he's just so sweet and soft. Like I don't want to ruin him.
but I mean, like, there's this thing of like protecting the innocence of a
Sure.
kid, but it's also like, do something dumb.
I'm trying to think of when
something
my
dumb.
debauchery started. It started about 11 to 14.
Oh, see,
So you've got the window still.
I was a little heathen out of the gate. I remember I was like 3 or 4 years old. I took a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and stuffed it in a VCR because I was like, oh, this goes here. I used to climb everything. I'd fall off of it. I busted my skull open literally to the meat when I was 4 years old. Like, yeah, dude, I was into everything. Are you kidding me?
I miss the days of getting a 6-pack of Busch Light and that being 2 drunks. Like drink 3 of those and you're like, whoa, I'm having a party night. And then save the other 3 for the next time. You're like, woo.
I remember we went to a concert.
Now that's just a Tuesday afternoon.
That really. You putting that into perspective kind of hurt my soul. A little
Yeah,
bit.
dude. 3 Busch Light Tallies, dude. That's just that's child's play warm up.
I was telling Tiff this the other day because I'd forgotten this one. We were going to a concert. I think it was at the Roseland, and I think we were 16 at the time, so we were taking the Max down there. And my buddy's older brother bought us a case.
Okay.
And my buddy, being the dummy that he was, kept the case, and he had like I don't think it was a Cadillac. I think it might have been a Buick, like a land yacht, with the trunk that you could smuggle 16 bodies in. Solid steel. It was like 100 degrees outside. Left the case in the trunk of the car.
Uh-oh.
So the beer is like nuclear hot, but we're 16, and we're going to a concert.
You already hate the flavor anyway.
And we're not only that, like, we can't go get more. So what did we do? We pounded the world's hottest beer.
Hey, pounding hot beer is better than pounding cold beer.
No, this wasn't like warm beer. This was hot beer. Like,
Yeah,
the can was hot to touch.
I've been at a few parties and it's the summertime and you just find a case of beer in the garage and it's lukewarm, but you got nothing else to drink.
Lukewarm's doable, but like, this was hot, and I was like, she just looked at me and she's like, "You've been an idiot your whole life," and I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much,
Pretty much.
pretty much."
That tracks.
That's what it was.
But I won't go parched.
But I mean, like, just kids being dumb, not devious, but dumb. Like, it feels like the snake is starting to eat its tail a little bit in the sense of like, kids are wanting to get outside and touch grass and be like, when I see like. I don't want to be the old guy who's like, what are these kids doing? Because like we've seen like the scooter mobs, like in our neighborhood, like it's like a group of like 8 or 9 kids like on scooters all hanging out, and we'll be out walking the dogs, and we'll look at them like, that's awesome, love seeing that. Like, good, you're outside, you're doing something, you're with friends. Like, it's like, man, because I feel so bad for these kids that got hit with COVID because that's just nightmare fuel, man. And how desensitized and isolated they got. Like,
I got COVID kids.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's
they were school age COVID, but yeah.
But it's still, it's like that development period. They lost basically 2 years of socialization. And it's just like, go outside, go be friends, go hang out. Like,
Well, the world's also a little scarier now.
I think it was always scarier. We just didn't know.
Just ignorance.
Yeah.
I liked a good ignorance time.
I mean, you and I are old enough to where we had streetlight rules.
Yep. Streetlights come on, you come home.
You come home.
Oh.
We didn't have.
If you
cell
come home
phone-
earlier, you get hot dinner.
Yeah. You don't have to microwave it.
Yeah, because we've already eaten dinner.
Yeah. Well, there's no waiting for you
No,
to come
no,
home.
no.
No. Not only that, like the idea of like, there's no cell phones, no trackers. Like, you'd say you'd go somewhere, but then you'd go to somebody else's house and then go to somebody else's house.
Oh, you never said where you were going.
No.
You were like, I'm going to go to Danny's house. And then it's like, Danny moved 2 years ago.
Yeah. But it's like, you would like, it just happened.
It
You know
just
what I-
happened.
You know what I mean? And we all made it home. And every now and then you made the phone call of, hey, I'm okay, but.
But, yeah. Can I stay at Danny's house tonight?
Or, I need to go to the hospital
Now.
now. That's when I wrecked my car. When I was 16, I wrecked my car. I called my mom and I was like, hey, I'm okay, but she's like, don't do that to me. Like, she thought I was messing with her. I'm like, the car's totaled. It's in a tree right now. And she's like, you're joking. I go, no. She's like, how is it totaled and you're okay? I go, I don't know.
But I'm okay, mama.
I was like, she's like, how fast were you going? I'm like,
Fast.
I'm like, though.
That depends on the definition of fast, Mom.
Yeah. I think the next day I told her, I was like, I looked down, I was doing 100 the last time I looked. So the fact that I walked out of that crash with literally nothing but bruises in my palms of my hand from folding the steering wheel in half like a taco, still not even a minor miracle, full-on miracle. I should have died.
And that is the reason why my life is miserable today.
There you go.
It's because you survived.
Because I survived that car crash.
Oakley.
Put it on the ball.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you. Dave Bartu is going to join us at 12:15, talk a little more college football as we're getting closer and closer. I was jealous that I didn't get some Dave Bartu in my life, so we'll have him at 12:15. It is a free consultation Tuesday, which normally we do at 12:15, but we're going to have a little fun today and push things around, and we're going to test out free consultation at 11:15, so get those in, and we'll get to those. Anything you need help in your life, your love life, personal life, work life, we're going to play a little fun game today and jump in free consultation at 11:15. But we'll start the family business and why the drama. It's better to be in Portland than Los Angeles. We'll go there first. 105.1 The Fan. 1021 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. It's a 503-864-6326 kind of day. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can jump over on the YouTubes. 1051 The Fan is the channel. Smash that like, subscribe, jump in the chat. Be nice to each other over there. We've got a good couple run of the days. The board has been updated behind me. We are at 17 days since bad news when it comes to the Portland Trailblazers. So that's a plus. I know that the city and the Blazers met yesterday, but no news has really come out of the meeting, which...
No news can be good news.
Can be good news. So we'll keep that board running at 17. A lot to get to this hour. We will sneak in some NFL stuff, but let's spend some time in the NBA, and we have spent the majority of our summer, Danny, hence the reason why the countdown, the clock on the board behind me, for those of you in radio land, the reason it exists is because there's been nothing but bad news about the Portland Trailblazers, or at least discouraging things going on around the organization. But guess what? Yesterday we talked about the Clippers a little bit and their hold my beer situation with their ownership situation. Mm-hmm. It actually can get worse than that, because I think what's going on with the Buss family and the Los Angeles Lakers is some real wild, petty, rich kid nepotism stuff going on.
It's full on Game of Thrones stuff, and it's been this way since Dr. Buss died.
Mm-hmm. It's funny though. I don't mean to cut you off there. No. It's funny to see that Jerry Buss, who is this kind of gregarious character, owned the Lakers, the LA version of James Dolan, basically. A little more likable. A lot more likable. Sorry, let me pause that. A lot more likable. You know, Showtime Lakers, Shaq Kobe, Kobe Powell, like a lot of really great stuff going on with Dr. Buss. The kids. This is Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens, was like, when I die, my kids don't get this team.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Because this is a bad idea.
You can say maybe Stephen Jones taking over for Crazy Cakes.
Yeah.
And, we'll see how that goes. Mark Davis took over for Al.
Smiles and glory holes.
There you go. God bless Jerry. But the Lakers, because it's so many kids and because it's so infighting, because it's so Game of Thronesy, I mean, Jeannie got one of the brothers out, 2 years ago? Had him tossed out. Like, she's the biggest power player in all of this. And why this all matters in the sense of what's happening.
Like, why do we care about it?
Is, well, not just that, but how this has happened. For those that don't know, there's a last man standing clause in the Buss family trust. So this is legitimately Game of Thrones. So this is what happens. If you die, you're basically effectively cut out of the will. Your kids, your family don't get any proceeds, nothing out. That's it. The pie just gets bigger for everybody else who's still standing. So again, hence the last man standing. Well, if you're not Jeannie Buss, if you're any of the brothers, and you want some of the money out of this or out of the Lakers, you vote to sell, because the dispersal of the funds has to happen then.
You can outvote Jeannie. It's the only way you can outvote the one in charge of everything.
And that's what they did. They came in and it was 5-0 to Jeannie's 1. It was 5-1. All of the other family members, all the other trustees said, guess what? We have an opening here because the team's being sold again, which means we can come to the board and we can all ratify this again. We're out. And by vote, sucks to suck, Jeannie, because she's now fighting this, as she would, because that's what she has done. And you've got Ramona Shelburne, who's one of her really close friends.
Besties.
Ringing the bell on ESPN.
Besties.
But the flip side of this is the man buying the team with Josh Kushner is Bob Iger, who was the former CEO of what company?
Disney.
Who do they own?
ABC.
And ESPN.
And ESPN, yeah.
So if you want to argue with mouthpieces of who's going to control what, I can tell you right now, Jeannie Buss is going to lose that game.
She is, and it's interesting, and this is where I actually might give Stephen Jones a little bit of credit in the kids taking over as you move on.
Irsay too, Irsay's daughter,
Jim Irsay, yeah,
his daughter's done great with
Carly
the Colts.
Irsay Gordon,
yeah, she's been phenomenal with the Colts.
I think some of it is just depends on how your kids were raised around it. Like Stephen Jones has been bred to take over the Cowboys.
He's worked in every single office
since he was
company.
like 12 years old. Since his dad bought the team, he was like, son, someday you're going to run this, so you're with me. And Stephen Jones has grown up and cares about football and loves football to the to the nth degree that Jerry does. I would argue Mark is probably the same way as Al. Now, Mark is a little goofier, definitely he's got that Nepo kid to him.
Sure.
But he still runs the Raiders ish like his old man would if his dad was around. Jeannie, look, I know she was with Phil for a while. None of the Bus kids have ever screamed to me, I love basketball, the way Doctor did.
I think they love the idea of it.
Exactly, and that's why I don't love Kushner and Iger as buyers for the Lakers, because I think they want the Lakers because it's a brand. I don't think they want the Lakers because it's basketball. Bob Iger has said since he moved from New York to L.A., he became a Clippers fan. So it's like the Clippers fan just bought this.
Well, at least he's a basketball fan.
At least he's a basketball fan. I'll get that. I don't know if Kushner is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he is.
Like the Adelsons? I don't think they're basketball fans.
No, not at all. Not at all. Do you think the Bensons are football fans still?
I can tell you this: she's not a basketball fan.
She's not a basketball fan.
She cares more about the Saints than she does about the Pelicans.
But is it because
and she
the
doesn't really
Saints-
care about the Saints?
But is it because the Saints make more money?
Yeah.
What about the Cats in Tennessee? Do they really care since their old man died?
No.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And I think the scariest thing about this is no one will ever forget what Dr. Buss did for the NBA. Okay, he bought the Lakers, gets them into Showtime, rejuvenates that when that fizzles out with Kobe, Shaq, and puts them and cements them back on the table as the best franchise in the NBA, or at least they can argue it. I would say they're the best franchise in the NBA. These kids just tarnish that. Now, people our age will always know Dr. Buss, but people's Casey's age, I mean, when did Jerry Buss die?
God,
7-8 years ago? You know, like Casey would never, or anybody out there listening that's 25 and under, you guys don't know how important Jerry Buss was.
I don't know Jerry Buss. I know Jeannie Buss.
2013.
He died over a decade ago. He doesn't know Jerry Buss. And so that's a really sad thing. And to watch these kids squabble away, it's a life lesson for any parent out there, too. Just remember, man, whether you got $20 to give away to your kids or $20 million to give away your kids, get that ass tightened up. Otherwise, these kids are all going to hate each other, and they're full-grown adults.
I love his final act was a chaos grenade with including that last man standing clause.
Like, Dad, what are you doing here?
Let's see you all claw of each other. Because that's what this screams is like, we don't trust you, Jeannie, and we don't think that things are going to go the way that we all want them to go, so we're voting you out.
Which is wild because it feels like Dad trusted Jeannie the most. Is it just because is she the oldest?
She assumed the most power. Again, power vacuums.
Is it the Phil Jackson thing? Does that sneak her way in?
It's not just that. It's the relationships that she has with the Rambis family, the Rambi, and all of those ties.
The Rambi.
Oh, buddy. I tell you right now.
I did not realize we could call them the Rambi.
That Showtime documentary, that series that came out.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Very much framed Jeannie Buss as the heir apparent and everyone else, sibling-wise, as secondary or not interested.
I didn't see that. Is that Adrian Brody as Pat Riley?
Correct.
Yeah, I should have watched that. I like him. Unless he talks.
John C. Reilly played Jerry Buss.
Oh.
He does kind of look like him.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But
I should watch that.
No, that whole thing is, again, it's the nepotism. It's these clauses that are in these contracts, and it's like, even before this was happening, when Walter bought the team, we talked about it a bunch off air. I was like, there's not a chance that Jeannie Buss is there next year. Like you weren't going to do that because you weren't going to keep the S show going.
She has also filed paperwork to stop the sale with the Superior Court of the Los Angeles Central District. The statement reads from the New York Post: no sale of the JAB Trust's 17.8% ownership interest in the LA Lakers Inc. can be effectuated without the approval by the current co-trustees, i.e. Jeannie, Janie, and Joey Buss. Streisand said in the letter. Adam Streisand is Jeannie Buss's lawyer. Pursuant to the JAB Trust and attached to the court order, the co-trustees are bound to vote the Los Angeles Lakers Inc. shares to ensure that the minimum 15% ownership requirement is maintained to ensure that Jeannie Buss may remain controlling owner. Any attempt by the co-trustees to do otherwise and any attempt to aid or abet their co-trustees as such would constitute a breach of trust, breach of fiduciary duty, and be in contempt of court.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's funny, too, because Jerry Buss was the face of the Lakers, and hence why Jeannie was instilled there and put as the next face of the Lakers. The way modern sports have gone, especially ownership over the last 5-10 years, the Lakers don't need Jeannie to be the face of the Lakers. I would argue in the period between Kobe and LeBron, okay, the Lakers are not a very good situation. It's a really bad, kind of poorly run organization, and maybe you can put that on Jeannie Buss. But once LeBron shows up, the face of the NBA, and now you have Luka, nobody cares unless Magic shows up.
Mm-hmm.
If Kobe were alive, if Kobe showed up, they'd cheer for him. Shaq in the building, they'd cheer for him. They've realized that the ownership of the Lakers used to be such a big deal, like Jerry and the Star. And now nobody cares.
Well, I think that happened when Walter bought the team, but I do find the timing of this all very fun in the sense of, like, who's not in LA anymore?
What?
LeBron.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's the whole thing I felt about Mark Walter was it's like, dude, get LeBron out, get the Bus family out. We're rehashing this whole thing. Now, he's got his own problems that he's dealing with, which is why they're being sold.
What do new owners always do?
Look what this one did in Portland. You're gone. I'm surprised Dwayne Hankins and Joe Cronin have jobs, if I'm being honest. Because honestly, if I bought a team that was the Portland Trailblazers, okay, a team that's been riddled in mediocrity for a while, you're all gone, personally. And that stinks. And I think Mark Walters, now let's say Mark Walters doesn't buy the Lakers and it's Bob Iger and Kushner from the beginning. I think they do the same thing. Get Genie out of there.
100%.
Get everybody, get Pelinka out of here. Get everybody gone.
The Rambis family.
Just clean house.
All of the people. Because here's the thing.
If your last name is West, your key cards don't work anymore. I mean, that's just the reality.
Jerry, you want around.
Oh, I understand.
Even though he's not around.
But even then, I'm just kind of like, look, we're just clean slating this. We're moving on.
Everything Jerry West touches turns to gold. So
I do understand that. He did it with the Lakers and with the Warriors. I'm kind of did it with the Grizzlies too,
and the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like, he helped build those teams. Like,
I thought that was Doc Rivers.
No.
Isn't that what Doc said the other day?
Doc was there.
Didn't Doc try to claim that he made the Clippers a real organization?
JJ Redick was quick to shut that one down.
No, we were there, Doc. Shut up.
Yeah, no. We're good here.
We have receipts.
But like this is what new owners do, because new owners come in and what do they say? I know how to do it better than anybody else.
Sure, and some do, and some don't.
But they all think they do.
Of course,
they all think they do. Just run down the list. Whether it's Ballmer, whether it's Dundon, whether it's Ispia, whether it's the new Celtics ownership. Where's Jaylen Brown playing right now?
In Philadelphia for Paul George.
Is he a Celtic anymore?
No.
What happened leading up to that? Did ownership change hands?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
And we walked through this in the Jaylen Brown thing. Brad Stevens is sitting up there and it's falling on the sword.
Yeah, but
left and right, falling on the sword.
He did, but he also was like, he said the quiet part out loud. This is something I was instructed to do.
Yep. This is a business decision.
This is what I always tell people, like when general managers get blamed for this, that, or the other. It's like, guys, it is ownership directives, and you do not know what the directives are. It was like when Joe Cronin was like, no, it was my fault that the two ways didn't travel. No, it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. Are you out of your freaking mind? They traveled endlessly, always, before that. What's the single thing that changed? Ownership. There you go. It's just different owners are going to have different motivations. That's the same thing when you're talking about any transaction in the NBA, whether you're talking about a trade or something along those lines. Well, this team got ripped off and this team did this. And it's like you find the motivation that accomplishes your goals. That's what you're looking for. It's just that, some people, like Danny Ainge, knew how to press that button better than anybody else. That's just the reality of it. And so when you and again, that was under a different ownership group in Boston. So you just take a look at what's going on. Look at the Lakers right now. You've got Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, and you're just kind of like, okay. And Walker Kessler.
I hate that.
And Walker Kessler.
Oh, I hate that team.
It's snow time, God, it's a great name. But now with all of those deals and everything on the table, you have a new ownership group coming in. They can't do anything about it. So what are they going to do? They're going to change everything else around it. There's another story that's out right now talking about how the Lakers are trying to build up their front office, and now they can't because they don't know who's in charge. They can't go hire front office personnel. They can't go hire directors of analytics. They can't go hire scouts because who is actually controlling and pulling the strings right now?
But that's what I was trying to ask you yesterday when I asked the question, if you're changing ownership this much, when does it really start to affect?
Right now.
Yeah.
Like you can't hire and fire right now because you don't know who's in charge.
Right. Yeah. Is Kushner in charge? Is Bob Iger the governor?
No, technically right now, Genie is still the governor.
Right.
But the majority shareholder currently, until the transaction is approved by the Board of Governors, is Mark Walter.
And we're only getting closer to the season.
And do you think Mark Walter wants to be discussed about
anything? Yeah,
about Walker Kessler?
No.
He's got the DOJ knocking on his door.
And it turns out he's got to basically clear $24 billion by the end of the year.
I'm going to buy the Dodgers. I'm going to buy the Dodgers and shut them down.
Turn them into the Packers, publicly held.
No, I'm just going to shut it down.
Yeah, okay.
Just going to fold the operation. LA only needs one team, and it's
From
the Angels.
inside.
It's the Angels. They only need one
It'd be
team.
hilarious if like Jeff Bezos hated the Dodgers. He's just the biggest Yankees fan on the face of the planet. Just buys the Dodgers just to crater them.
Moves them to New Orleans.
It's like, I don't care.
Let's switch over to the other team in LA real quick. I want to ask the question. I think you guys did this while we were gone. What should the punishment be if the NBA actually has the cojones to do it? We'll go to the Clippers next. 105.1 The Fan. There's Casey.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, some NFL news for you as the Atlanta Falcons have agreed on a one-year contract with veteran pass rusher Zadarius Smith. The deal is worth up to $6 million as Atlanta adds to their depleted edge amid the Jalen Walker injury and the James Pierce 8-game suspension. The Indianapolis Colts are signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen to a one-year deal. According to reports, the deal is worth up to $8.32 million in efforts to bolster the thin receiving core in Indianapolis. The New York Giants are signing running back Najee Harris to a one-year deal. Harris tore his Achilles last season playing with the Chargers and has made the switch from Jim to John Harbaugh. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson is expected to miss 2 months as he fell down with a hamstring injury earlier this week. And finally, your Portland Timbers are back in action tomorrow night, taking on San Diego FC inside Providence Park. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tomorrow's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 6:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and
We'll get to preseason AP All-Americans. Just came out. Just got a text message from one Jason Swigard, resident Dodger fan. Mm-hmm. You can go right to hell is all this text message says. All that text says.
You can put it on the ball.
Love you, Swaggy. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I am going to buy the Dodgers, though.
No, the Dodgers aren't going to go away. They're just going to lose Shohei.
Yeah. No, I'll buy the Dodgers, and instead of shutting them down, I'll just win more.
It's over.
You know who the biggest winner in all of this stuff is? The Clippers, the Lakers, Matt Ishbia. It's Pablo Torre.
Oh, yeah. And a little bit of Tom Dundon.
Yeah, well.
A little bit of Tom.
He at least has a crap deflector shield up now.
Speaking of Steve Ballmer, we'll be real quick about this. What do you think the punishment should be for Kawhi and Steve Ballmer?
We went through this when you were gone.
I figured you did.
And I still think that the Kawhi should face probably a minimum 25-game suspension if the trade is allowed to go through. Mm-hmm. I think that's the most they'll come down because here's the thing. The NBPA and the owners are kind of in lockstep because the Players Association doesn't want Kawhi to have his contract voided or be suspended without pay.
Right.
And the owners, well, here's the thing. They probably want Ballmer punished, but if they open up that can of worms, it sets a precedent for what could happen to them. Mm-hmm. So there's always this like, well, it's the reason why Donald Sterling existed. If you take his franchise away from him, well, then you can take our franchise away if we do something stupid. Because all of a sudden, here comes Sarver. He has his franchise yanked away from him. Like,
well, not in the same way, though.
In the same way. Conduct.
Oh, that's true.
It's conduct.
But was he banned for life?
They said pack your stuff.
Okay.
You're not welcome here anymore.
But again, that's conduct stuff. So at least the bar...
You get your billion-dollar parachute, but you got to go.
But at least the bar of being forced to sell, being forced out of owning your franchise in the NBA is a pretty high bar. Like, you got to screw up a lot to get to that level.
Again,
they're not going to force you to sell your team because you're a jerk or broke some rules. That's gross misconduct. That's racism. That's predatory behavior. And I'm not talking about predatory loans. I'm talking about predatory behavior towards humans.
But that's the whole thing is like that. I'm not saying that this is wrong, but the bar is not. It's not a solid place. It can be moved. Mm-hmm. It can go higher. It can go lower.
Yeah.
Because once you open up, this is in legal framework. This is precedence. Mm-hmm. Once you do something, well, then the precedent has been set, and then you can work your way from that. And here's the thing, man. Let's run through let's not do that. Run through the list of owners in professional sports. Do you think there's a good one?
No. I mean, Paul was okay. Mm-hmm. I think Cuban in the end was a lot better than he was in the beginning. For as much grief as we give Jerry, I don't think he's that terrible of an owner. I think he just doesn't know football as well as he thinks he does.
I still want to know the context of that photo back in the day.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know.
Al was crazy, but that was really it.
George wasn't the worst guy in the world. He just was really passionate and would fire people.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't think George Steinbrenner was a bad guy.
I would imagine they probably all were at some.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, do I want to hang out with George Steinbrenner? Absolutely not. But I don't think he's Sarver.
No, well, not that we know.
Not that we know.
And that's things like. If you don't think that these people that have billions of dollars that have stepped on the souls of humans for the majority of their lives to get to where they are, again, not to beat Dundon over the head, how did he make his money?
Right.
Predatory loans. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not, same with Ishbia. Like, just go run down we're kind of like we talked about this yesterday. The old money folks, they probably had some predatory stuff, but it wasn't as egregious as some of the things that we see now.
Sure. And every time I think about Ballmer and Kawhi in this situation, the precedent in major sports of something this scandalous happening, the last thing I can think of is honestly the Houston Astros. And some people got fired. A.J. Hinch got fired.
If you're talking about like
GM got suspended,
CBA, it's Joe Smith and it's the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But no player got in trouble because Major League Baseball didn't want to go against the MLBPA, which is why I don't think anything's going to happen to Kawhi, because the NBA doesn't want to go after the NBA Players Association, because that creates rifts down the line when you're doing CBAs that can come back and bite you. And then the owner is represented by the guy who runs the league, so he's not going to get anything either. Look, the Astros were not really punished. Some dudes got fired. And maybe the long-term punishment is Jose Altuve doesn't go to the Hall of Fame. That might be the long-term punishment, but he didn't lose money. He didn't get a contract voided. He didn't get a suspension. And I think Kawhi's in the same boat because you don't want to piss off the NBA Players Association.
Have we gotten any repercussions from the Gary Trent situation yet?
It's looking like it's going to be harder to prove because there isn't a piece of paper in the desk of the general manager that links him directly to it, a la Joe Smith and the Timberwolves. That's still the wildest thing to me. You wrote it down.
But if you create a precedent, say for this situation, say it's a forfeiture of draft picks, it's fines, this, that, or the other, does that then create the precedent for how you do it down the line?
Well,
Which could completely, I guess, negate the side that you want to be on.
Yeah, I think you're bringing up a good point. There has to be some sort of situation to show a precedent of what will happen in the future if you do it. Because if it's nothing, I mean, we've already heard people say, if nothing comes from this, then everyone should do it. And then we just become, then it's basically NIL in professional sports.
But the thing is, in college football and college sports, there isn't an existing framework.
Right.
In professional sports,
there is.
The CBA exists for this reason. Matt Moore, Hardwood Paroxysm, HP Basketball on Twitter. He's got a Substack, and he had an argument in his what he wrote up this morning that I thought was interesting in the sense of like, and I think Henry Abbott and Pablo Torre were talking about this as well. Is like the whole point of sports is that you're supposed to believe that there's fair play. Mm-hmm. Like that everybody's operating on the same playing field.
Yeah, if you lose integrity, you're going to lose everything.
And that's like, don't get me wrong.
That's the Tim Donaghy.
Yeah.
That's, the people that think the Chiefs get all the calls for everybody and the NBA is rigged in the draft lottery.
But when there's enough smoke, then there's fire, man. You know what I mean? And that's where this kind of, we were talking about this while he was gone. Like the whole idea, like the soul of sports is rooted in fair play. The reality is it hasn't been fair for quite some time. Like
we're just starting to see it.
It
was hidden behind us for a while.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about this with regards to the Warriors. Bob Myers, weirdly enough, do you know who he was advising? It's Philadelphia 76ers. Where did LeBron James end up? Where did Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the Warriors, did they get a damn thing done this summer?
Nope.
There is this thought of, and this has existed for a long time, there's basically like for lack of a better term, a club. And you're either in it or you're not. And Danny Ainge was in that club. Like the big movers and shakers. And basically, Mike Dunleavy in this press conference said, like, he was cold calling to try to get stuff done. It's like, brother, if you're having to cold call to get, and I'm not saying that it's just him. Like, this happens. But, like, if you can't get traction on something, you can't get something done, you're just not in the club. And there's only so many guys that effectively get deals done. And like the whole idea again of like fair play, like Rich Paul and LeBron James exercise a large amount of control. Clutch Sports leverages teams to. Anthony Davis was a Laker because Anthony Davis is represented by Clutch Sports. Mm-hmm. Like they dictate where guys go and won't go. This whole idea of like, well, owners and general managers, this, that, that's why I was talking about like when Tom Dunn bought the team of like he's going to come in and do it his way and he's just not going to take any crap. He doesn't care what agents say and all these things. I'm like, you can talk about that in the NHL all you want. In the NBA, if they don't want to play with you, they won't play with you.
You could do that in the NFL because the players don't have the power.
Exactly. In the NBA, there is no player, there's no group of players in sports who have more power than the agents and players in the NBA. And you can sit there and fight against it and pump your fist in the sky and stomp your feet and talk about how red-assed you are and how good you are at your job. It don't matter.
And that's why Kawhi won't get a punishment. Same way Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, Josh Reddick, George Springer,
unless there's
Carlos Correa.
We've got smoking guns. Do we find the bullet?
Right.
If Pablo's sitting on the bullet, it's a different story.
Don't rip off my jersey. We come back. Preseason AP All-Americans have been announced. A couple familiar names on this list. We'll run through that next. 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest
It's a free consultation Tuesday. We're actually moving it to 11:15, so get those in. We're going to do them a little earlier. We'll have Dave Bartu on, talk some college football in the Big Nooner as well. Plus, we'll get to, I think I found my new NFL fandom, guys. I think I found it.
Oh, did you finally find one?
I think I know what I'm going to do. All right. We'll get to that in the Big Nooner today. And again, Dave Bartu. We'll do a little NFL in hour number deuce as well. But real quick, the AP preseason All-Americans came out. Not a ton to discuss, but I figured it'd be worth sharing with our listeners. The first team offense quarterback is none other than your Dante Moore.
It's time to nut up or shut up.
Congratulations to him.
Boy, is that going to be disappointing when he's not a Heisman winner.
Running backs, there's a lot of really cool names on here. Running backs, Kawan Lacey. He made first team along with Ahmad Hardy from Missouri. A side note, if you're a Kook fan out there, or if you don't really know what's going on, the reason I'm really high on Kirby Moore as the new head coach at Wazoo is he was the OC at Missouri, and they ran the ball. They ran the ball. So, like, if we can do that at Wazoo, which we've, like, never done in our entire life, that would be really rad. And Ahmad Hardy is a preseason running back AP All-American. A lot of that is Kirby Moore's offense.
Have you guys ever had an NFL running back?
No, not to my knowledge. We've had good college running backs.
I can't think
good
of
ones. The best running back we ever had at Wazoo is somebody who never played at Wazoo, and that's Jonathan Stewart.
Oh, there you go.
Jay Stu should have gone to Wazoo, but we screwed that up, and he went to Oregon instead. Let's see here. Some other thing: Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Toney, Cam Coleman. No shock. Those are your three wide
Coleman's
receivers.
Surprising.
Did it?
Coleman was, if I remember right, was the number one wide receiver recruit in his class. It's like 6'4", just an absolute freak. But he wasn't number one. I think he was number two because he was a 5-star.
But the moment he transferred to Texas, I knew that he was going to be a preseason All-American.
Well, there's that. I mean, again, he wasn't bad at Auburn. I think
he was the number 2 wide receiver.
Number 2?
Behind only. Take your guesses.
Who?
How many years ago?
He's the number 1 guy in college
Jeremiah
football.
Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to do the classes in my head. I'm like, DeCorian was last year.
Yeah, only behind Jeremiah Smith.
Okay. So Cam Coleman's a freak physically, just an absolute monster.
But was also ranked number 1 by ESPN.
Yeah, it's like it was those two guys were Himothy. And I think he had like 700, 800 yards last year at Auburn. But, the quarterback situation at Auburn, Jackson Arnold, everything there, Hugh Freeze, we're good there. But Texas's wide receivers sucked last year. They just did not get it done.
There were a lot of offensive issues in Texas last year.
Yes, and which is under Sark, that's weird. But Arch was maybe the best quarterback in the country the last 6 games of the regular season.
You can make that argument, yeah.
Like statistically, the analytical profile, like everything about him, he was nuts. And if all of a sudden you're going to add a guy as talented as Cam Coleman, I could see that. But I was a little surprised to see him be first-team All-American.
Text line reminding me Jerome Harrison went to Wazoo. I forgot about him. He was fantastic. Max Borghi, the Christian McCaffrey light. Yeah, we liked Max Borghi a lot. Good college players. Jerome Harrison did have a cup of coffee in the NFL. Good college running backs, though. When you slide over to the defense, though, to keep some things fun for you, there's a tackle named Amari Washington from Oregon who made the list, so congrats to him.
20 pick in the NFL last year.
Without a doubt, and is going to be maybe a top 10, top 15 pick this year if everything goes his way. Second team quarterback Trinidad Chambliss, which I think is really fun because there's a lot of quarterbacks that could have easily gone there preseason. Arch, Julian Sayin. Mayava. Mensa. Lenore Sellers.
Mestamaker.
Reed at Marcel Reed at A&M. What's the kid's name at LSU?
Oh, Levitt.
Sam Levitt could have been there. But they went with Trinidad. Byron Brown. They went with Trinidad Chambliss. And then your second team corner is Brandon Finney Jr.
And Coy Parrish was first team
thank you.
Safety. So.
Oh, Coy was first team safety. Did I miss that? Oh, yep, there he is. Coy Pond.
That secondary, that Georgia, Ellis Robinson the fourth, and KJ Bolden, both first-team All-Americans preseason. It's like, that's going to be a good secondary.
Okay.
That's going to be a good secondary. Like, ooh, buddy.
Yep, so that's that. Just a little fun thing to take a peek at. It's nice to get, if you're a Duck fan out there.
SEC-dominated preseason All-Americans.
Big time. Texas was the leader in the clubhouse, I believe. I think they had 4 first-team preseason All-Americans.
Notre Dame had, I think, 4 total, 2 first-team, I think, if I remember right.
But I didn't see Koi Pond down here. I mean, Oregon's got 3. That's nice for them.
Yeah, no, like, Oregon's talent profile, there's no excuses. Dante came back. Your wide receivers, Evan Stewart's back. DeCorian Moore's got a year underneath his belt.
Everybody thinks Jeremiah Johnson might be better than Kenyon Sadiq. We'll see. Well, Kenyon's the freak.
Yeah.
He's the better athlete,
Sure.
quote unquote, but they think Jeremiah might be the better tight end.
But I mean, you look at Oregon and their profile, like, there's no excuse. If you're going to say, well, the linebacker room, it's like, okay, you got one. You've got multiple NFL guys on your front. Like, I don't want to hear, well, our linebackers, and that's your excuse this season. Don't give me that.
And you have a guy in the linebacking core who played every game last season in Mixon.
It's like, Betcher was really good for you. A really good college linebacker. If you're telling me losing the really good college linebacker who's not really an NFL guy, like, well, we don't have Bryce. It's like, look, I get he's kind of a heartbeat kind of guy, but like, don't miss me with that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when George is like, well, Jalen Carter, he's our second or third defensive tackle. It's like, it's Jalen Carter. What do you mean? Come on, man. Like, it's like you've got the talent. Like, you've got to go out there and execute now. And on the Indiana side of things, that's the wide receiver. I thought Becker would get first team. Charlie Becker. I thought he would get first team. Because do you remember how good he was at the end of the season?
But statistically, he wasn't even.
Well, when the other two guys in front of you were both NFL wide receivers.
Mark Cooper Jr. were just better.
Yeah. So I was a little surprised by that. Again, Coleman's got the pedigree, but I thought, maybe they'd give Indiana a little bit more love there. But yeah, I mean, Texas is very, very, very well represented on this. Texas is not the other team, like the don't have an excuse team on the talent front. There's three. It's Oregon, Texas, Ohio State. You don't have excuses.
Also, his name is Jamari Johnson. My apologies.
Who did you say, Jawan?
Jeremiah.
Oh.
The brand man.
Oh, no, I didn't catch it. That's my fault.
Hour number deuce is next. Free consultation coming right at you. Let's talk a little bit about the NFLs. The Seahawks lock up there, dude. A lot more to come. 105.1 The Fan.
This is Rick Jones. Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, some NFL news for you as the Atlanta Falcons have agreed on a one-year contract with veteran pass rusher Zadarius Smith. The deal is worth up to $6 million as Atlanta adds to their depleted edge rush amid the Jalen Walker injury and the James Pierce 8-game suspension. The Indianapolis Colts are signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen to a one-year deal. According to reports, the deal is worth up to $8.32 million in efforts to bolster the thin receiving corps in Indianapolis. The New York Giants are signing running back Najee Harris to a one-year deal. Harris tore his Achilles last season playing with the Chargers and is making the switch from Jim to John Harbaugh. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson is expected to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury. Tyson went down last Thursday during the Saints joint practice with Jacksonville and could potentially miss up to 6 regular season games. And finally, your Portland Timbers are back in action tomorrow night, taking on the San Diego FC inside Providence Park. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tomorrow's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 6:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and
Hour number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com. The Odyssey app, wherever you get yours. If you missed the Dirty Swag edition of Dirt and Sprague this morning, it's the last one. Sprague will be back tomorrow. You can go back and check that out. Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, or over on the YouTubes. If you can't wait for Casey to get his up for this show, it'll be about 15 minutes from now is usually when he gets it done. You can go back on YouTube or the Odyssey app, rewind or fast forward. Except for in the future, for that would be impossible. It's a free consultation Tuesday around this, BZ. So jump in on that. We're going to do it at 11:15. We're going to kind of experiment, move stuff around a little bit as Dave Bartu is going to join us in the big nooner. And I also think I have the pathway to my new NFL team. We'll get to that in hour number 3. But let's a little NFL news and notes here, Danny, to an extent. The Seattle Seahawks lock up Witherspoon, make him the highest paid corner in the NFL.
The reaction in the locker room was awesome.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Did you not see that?
No.
Yeah, they all went crazy for him.
Well, he's got to be extremely likable, dude. He is a consummate pro. There was no hold out, hold in. He's just kind of been the guy. Mm-hmm. And for a top draft pick as a corner, I think there's so many of them that we think of that are high draft picks, like Witherspoon was, Patrick Surtain,
Sauce.
Guys like that, Sauce Gardner. It feels like they are either elite corners or they flame out.
Well, that's the thing is like the shelf life of a great corner is like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fall off the cliff factor is higher there than any position in the league.
But it feels like the shelf life of a Hall of Fame corner is like 10 to 12 years.
But you transition and do things differently.
Fair,
like
fair. You might move to safety. You might be in different packages. That's a fair point.
According to PFF, Witherspoon's overall grade was an 89.9. That ranks first among 114 qualified cornerbacks.
Yeah, so good for him, and Seattle is finding a way to use their money. I mean, they're really lucky that their quarterback doesn't cost a ton of money. And even if he does go through this contract and gets another one, I still don't think he's going to cost a ton of money. Well, if you decide that Sam Darnold is your future for the next 5+ years, which he can be, I still think when you sign him to a new deal, he's still only going to make $50 a year. At most, I don't think he's going to get 65, 70 like the Joe Burrows and the Mahomes do. He could.
But is that the path that he goes down? Does he like winning after being, getting his skull caved in with the Jets? Is he, after seeing what it's like with the Vikings and seeing what it's like with the Seahawks and like,
there is a light at the other side of the tunnel?
Yeah, like, does sacrificing a little bit here for the salary cap, does it make sense for me to prolong my career and everything that comes along with that? But as far as like paying corners prime money in the prime of their career, not a detriment.
No, it's not.
It's paying corners post-prime. That's what hurts you.
That's when you get into a little bit of trouble. Now
and you're like, ugh.
Now I need a little help from
Trayvon Diggs situation.
Yes. The Trayvon Diggs situation was a bad sitch. Now let me ask you guys this, and this could be my ignorance when it comes to it, because everybody knows that because Witherspoon gets paid, that Christian Gonzalez is next.
Mm-hmm.
Am I crazy that I'm not in love with Christian Gonzalez?
You're crazy in the sense of like he's very good. Where does Cargo rank there on the PFF list? I would imagine he's top 5.
And if he's top 5, then poop on my face.
43rd.
43rd.
Really?
Talk to me, dude. Christian Gonzalez let up a lot of deep balls last year.
See, that was my thought, too. I thought a lot of his kind of interceptions in spots where he was in a good spot were bad quarterback moves. Like against Houston, that game last year in the playoffs against Houston. Again, I don't want to poo-poo on a guy who's about to be one of the highest-paid corners in the league, but a lot of his highlights are C.J. Stroud's lowlights.
Yeah. That's fair. Again, I like Christian Gonzalez. I think he's an exceptional corner, but I don't have him at the pantheon of Surtain or Witherspoon or any of those guys. Like that's not the world that I live in. Again, in the active hall of really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I would like if he's a Raider, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad about that, but he's not getting top corner market rate from me. But hey, New England's in the same situation. Who are they paying right now? Nobody.
Yeah, Gonzalez was ranked 12th in coverage grade, 4th in pass breakups, 4th in passer rating allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
those are good.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan on the YouTube over here, you're crazy in that he's the only reason Seattle didn't win by 50 in the Super Bowl, stopped a lot of scoring. I'm a Seahawk fan, and in my opinion, he's better than Spoon by a good bit.
I wouldn't
That's
say that.
That's a wild
but
thing to hear from a Hawks fan.
I think that's more about size than anything else.
Yeah.
Size and range.
Is Christian bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but again, I like Gonzalez. I do, but it's just not for me. I like the Surtains and the Witherspoons more.
Spoon is also the second best run defending corner in the league.
Yeah.
That's what you need these days.
If
You have to have those corners that
if you're
can
the
come up
best
and be physical.
If you're the best coverage guy, and then
And
not
you also
only
can play the run?
Do you play the run at top 5 in the league? Yeah, you're better than Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah. So that's the world that I live in. Again, Raiders fan who hasn't had a secondary member worth of crap in a decade, I take Gonzalez in a heartbeat.
2 decades.
It's been a while.
Well, yeah, Namdi's 2 decades ago.
Yeah, it's 2011.
And Chuck before that.
Yeah.
Oh, so 1 decade. Namdi's that far? 2011?
I think it's 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have been a little bit earlier than that when we went to the Eagles, but yeah, if I remember right. Dude, I did not care about to be honest, that's probably like the line of demarcation is 2010 when that's the post Jamarcus, Rolando McClain, Darius Hayward Bay. That's when I want to blow my brains out. Like that. There's a 3-year period where from 2007 to 2010, I was like, I'm out. I've had enough.
I can't do this.
Had enough. And then it was a lot of suck in between.
Darius Hayward Bay caught some touchdowns for the Steelers.
Nah, we ain't taking that.
Look at this guy.
It got real bad. It got real bad.
Now you can come to my world and not have a team, and then life will be great for you.
I don't like that either.
Just hang out. Seahawk coverage on the Fan is presented by Xfinity Score, the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Real quick before we go into free consultation, do we like the Seahawks this year? I know we'll do picks later on, but do we like the Seahawks this year?
Yeah.
I think I do too.
There's not a reason really to not like them.
Yeah, I mean, what? You lose Ken Walker.
Mm-hmm.
You might lose a little bit of depth in that defense.
You lost your OC.
You lost your OC. Now, that's going to be the interesting one.
How they're able to establish the run game, that's how I'm interested.
Yeah, if Price is the guy,
You
then...
have a rookie running back. You have Charbonnet coming off of injury and no Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can set some edges.
Who is the new offensive coordinator in Seattle?
I'm totally blanking.
Yeah, did they get somebody awesome?
And
when is Charbonnet due back?
Yeah, because he got hurt late.
He got hurt in the NFC Championship, did he
Brian
not?
Fleury is his name.
Yeah. So,
I don't know anything about the guy.
He was the tight ends coach in San Francisco.
Yeah, but I trust
Shanahan kid?
I trust that organization
Yeah, I do too.
from top to bottom. So that's probably more of what I'm looking at more than anything
I do
else.
too. Yeah, you may have a regression from winning the Super Bowl. Like you might not win the Super Bowl again, but they should be really good.
Yeah, I have no reason to suspect otherwise outside of injury.
Yeah, remember they built their team to beat the Rams, not to be the Rams.
Smart.
That's the way to do it. Free consultation is next. Get those in, 503-864-6326, or drop them in the YouTubes as well. Let's have a little fun in hour number deuce. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan. Consultation. Do it every single Tuesday. We're playing fun today. A little hooky on Danny's last day here for a little bit. 11:15 today instead of 12:15. But don't worry, Dave Bartu will join us. We'll talk some college football with him. Free consultation, 503-864-6326. You need some help in your love life, your work life, your personal life, your duck life, your USC life, whatever it might be. We are here to help you. Danny says to me in the break as he's battling with a listener over the text line, you can tell it's college football season because we're all in our feelings right now.
I love Duck Fan.
I know you love Duck Fan.
Duck Fans, they're my favorite thing to hate. They are. It's too easy.
You know, you and Duck Fan were definitely made for each other.
It's just too easy.
I think you're made for each other.
It's fun. It's the simple things in life.
It's like a yin and a yang.
Well, it's we know ball is getting close because Duck fans are getting in their feelings. And I think it's another pick six.
Wow, jeez. Whoa.
I know. I landed nice because I look over at Case and I just see a little smirk and a head shake.
Go Beavers. Oh man.
Don't worry, I'll get him.
Yeah.
With the 7th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Shaden Sharp from London, Ontario, and the University of Kentucky.
Don't worry, boys, I got him.
University of Kentucky.
University of Kentucky. One practice, University of Kentucky.
Shut it down.
He had to throw in there his high school where he's from because he doesn't really go to Kentucky.
Which high school?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was a couple.
Oh, did he go to a couple high schools too? Yeah. Oh, Shaden. Free consultation. Hypothetically, a semi-famous local sports radio personality is getting married soonish. Would it be morally wrong to send a birthday clown in full USC regalia to the reception to congratulate the newlyweds? A clown dressed as Fight On.
I don't know.
Balloon animals?
Does he have every championship ring on? Does he have a backpack full of Heismans?
Oh,
Is
dude,
he
I
wearing
should
a
not have said
32
this.
jersey with a pair of driving gloves?
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I should not have. I was going to have fun with this, and I was going to poke the bear. That was a bad call, Harris.
Well, I mean,
You made a poor choice, amigo.
we do have Ronald McDonald colors.
Wow, I made myself sad.
Yeah,
That's
no.
one of those, you looked in the mirror and it's like, that's your fault, dude.
That happens. Yeah, he can wear the OJ gloves as long as he wears the national title rings over the top of them.
The Heisman in the back pocket.
yeah.
How many Heismans you got?
7?
You won 7 Heismans?
7 of them things?
I got 0.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I got 0.
A lot of them.
I got a number 1 overall pick, though.
Hey, you do got those.
I got one of those. I got, one of those.
Trying to
I got a number 2 overall pick, too.
So
I've got a Hall of Fame running back, too.
Oh, do you? Who's your Hall of Fame running back?
Steven Jackson.
Oh, duh. Steven Jackson went to the Hall of Fame?
his career numbers.
I know. I just missed the
It's
gold jacket.
unfortunate. Like the first thing I think of Steven Jackson is getting ripped, his dreads ripped out, getting pulled down.
Dude,
like,
I think
I can't remember who did it. The fact that he lived is just
the guy who ripped him out.
Yeah. Because there were stories about Steve like beating the hell out of people.
That's a scary guy.
That dude is.
That dude in a Rams jersey just barreling through people.
I've heard practice.
Is that Mark
stories.
Bolger Rams?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Mark Bolger, Steven Jackson,
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt.
Yeah, pretty good team.
the end, the end of the greatest show on
A
turf.
young Danny Amendola.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, it's a sexy name I haven't heard in a while.
But yeah, no, we have clown colors, so I'm okay with it. Show must go on.
Free consultation. Hey, I'm going to opening night for the Blazers with my girlfriend, wondering what are some good dinner recommendations, as well as what time you recommend to see players working out before the game. This is right in your wheelhouse, Danny, in terms of players. As far as what are some good dinner recommendations, anywhere not near the stadium.
Street hot dogs.
Well, Casey and his street hot dogs
street
aren't
meat.
bad. The street meat is not bad. Hey, we got
Dial it up.
street hot dogs and street tacos outside of Providence Park every single game. Just saying. There's what we call an entertainment district
And I can
around the
smell
park.
it from the office, and it bums me out.
Yeah. We got entertainment around the park up at Providence.
But,
you one center court, whatever the hell your address is.
It's a dead zone.
It's a dead zone.
It's a dead zone.
Yeah.
Like that's honestly that's one of the major sticking. I will say food options in the building have gotten better and better and better.
And I think they will get better and better.
I do. Dwayne on the business side of things, they've done a really good job of bringing So I've mentioned this before, me, Hike, and Gunnarsson, we're there for every game, and we've got media meals, and the media meals have not been as good in the last couple of years. Post-COVID, I think it just kind of changed.
You know what, buddy? I don't think they're getting better.
Yeah, I don't.
Old Merritt takes care of us up at the park.
Yeah, I don't think the new ownership is going to spring for the good stuff.
I don't think so either.
No.
Looking like you're getting saltine crackers.
Yeah, but
And water.
with our
water.
with our media pass, we get a pretty significant discount.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we get discount at the park.
Yeah, and that's on everything. So if I want to go buy, like I've gone Christmas shopping there. Like,
Sure.
Hey, can you get my kid a Blazers jersey? Blah blah blah. You know, like, yeah, I do that stuff all the time. But you know, I'll go. I'll do Killer Burger, Bay's Wings. Like, there's some for stadium food, like quick grab and go stadium food. Ranch Pizza's in there. Like, they've got some bangers in there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes the media food was not good. So yeah, you get some good options. There's there's a Vietnamese wing spot. I'm totally blanking on the name of it.
In the stadium?
Yeah. Gosh, dang it. I should know the name of it. But yeah, there's a lot of options. They bring in more and more every year. So yeah, I'm down with it. They used to have was it Lardo? Who is the Cubano? Was it Lardo?
I know Sizzle Pie's in there.
Yeah.
Last time I went to a Blazer game, Rajon Rondo played for the Pelicans.
I mean, it's been a while. No. If you're looking for pizza, Ranch Pizza's got a banger in there.
Yeah, ranch is good.
Ranch is
What
good.
I would suggest, what I would do if you're doing pregame dinner is go wherever you want and ride the Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Mexican drop you off right there.
I mean, I'm not a believer in that, but I don't like catering my evening around public transportation.
See,
ever.
what's funny is Danny doesn't want to get on the Max because it's a dangerous place, but he carries. I don't carry.
Well,
I will get on the Max.
I don't care about the danger. I don't want to be beholden to the time scale of whatever that crap is, because I've seen those things sit there for like 10 minutes. I'm just like,
plus if you
bro.
breathe, if you breathe heavily, you get like a slight fentanyl hit, and that just gets your night going.
And I will tell you, there's not necessarily the safety, the physical safety stuff, but there's a particular tinge in the air on some of those cars.
A stank.
Oh, buddy, woof. Yeah, I try to avoid that like the plague.
Stephen Jones is going to be a great owner for the Cowboys, isn't he? Smarter and less legal than Jerry. This was a text that came in that I wanted to turn into free consultation.
No,
I think there's a chance
of the Nepo kids, because he's been doing it. He's been doing the work. This isn't just being turned over to him. Like, he's the number two. I mean, honestly, it's a lot like Irsay's daughter. Like, people are like, oh, who's this? That, you know, she's kicking butt and taking names, dude.
Yeah.
I saw her. She sat down with McAfee when McAfee came out there in the summer, man. She was on for like 40 minutes, and she was crushing it. Like, she knows ball.
Yeah, there was a lot of pushback, I think, at first in terms of just the nepotism part of it. But as soon as she got her hands on the wheel, I think Indianapolis Colts fans became
They locked in
very
real
happy.
quick because she was bathed in it. She was born into it. Like, she like Stephen Jones has worked all throughout the organization, has the relation. This isn't just like, oh, dad died, time for me to run this. You know what I mean? Like, this was, I don't want to say part of the plan, but like part of the plan. So when those situations happen and there's not a bunch of infighting and all those things, as long as people are getting taken care of, you can have the I mean, the Steinbrenners to an extent have managed to navigate that to an extent.
Well, one of them died, so that stinks. So
No,
there's
I know.
the brother dynamic. They don't have to.
They
deal
don't
with
have
that.
to. They don't fight that. But yeah, when there's a succession plan, which with the Cowboys, I think Stephen Jones will.
I think so too. If I was a Cowboy fan, I would be very optimistic about what the future of the Cowboys hold. Look, Jerry is a very proud man, and Jerry, you know, maybe you could argue the Cowboys are the beginning of the modern generation of the NFL.
Smiles and glory holes.
You know, when the Cowboys win those 3 Super Bowls in the early 90s, the NFL is very different now than it was in the 80s. You could maybe it's Tom's first Super Bowl is the start of the modern NFL.
Yeah,
or maybe it's Eli's first, because that's when the Patriots started being more offensive heavy. Maybe it's Peyton's first, Breeze. I don't know.
Because your transition periods are the merger, and that's the Rooneys and Al Davis. Then
The Maras.
And the Maras. Well,
The Hunts, I would say too.
they were earlier. That's more on the AFL side of things. But post merger, it's Al and it's the Rooneys. Like, that's the Raiders and the Steelers. That's that early era. Those two franchises were the torchbearers for the NFL.
But if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Cowboys, their Super Bowls.
Cowboys and Niners. That's the transition into the modern era. And then Jerry helps push that. But I think if you're talking about like current modern, like post, basically Cowboys Niners, then I think you're looking at Tom, like, and pushing out from there. But like, yeah, I mean, Jerry, when he buys the Cowboys and the Herschel Walker and the triplets and everything that comes out of that. That's your first step, I think, into the modern foray, and then like postmodern is Tom and the Patriots era.
Well, if my memory serves me correct, I believe that offensive line in those Jimmy Johnson Super Bowls are the first ever offensive line in NFL history to average over 300 pounds. And if that's the case, that's a game changer because everyone's over 300 pounds now. And that's a Hall of Fame running back. That's a Hall of Fame quarterback, Hall of Fame wide receiver, like you said, the triplets. That's also Jay Novacek at tight end. That's also Daryl Moose Johnson at fullback. It's like the complete package plus studs everywhere on the defense.
And Leon Lett's crazy bud.
Well, some of us like to get high, Danny.
And then
or you could just not.
And then the absolute monster tackle who scared the living death out of everybody.
Without a doubt.
So
Charles Haley as well was pretty good.
Yeah, no. It was a pretty good front.
Pretty good front.
Yeah.
We come back, a little more free consultation for you on a wonderful Tuesday. We'll toss the lowercase over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island. Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, some NFL news for you as the Atlanta Falcons have agreed on a one-year contract with veteran pass rusher Zadarius Smith. The deal is worth up to $6 million as Atlanta adds to their depleted edge amid the Jalen Walker injury and the James Pierce 8-game suspension. The Indianapolis Colts are signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen to a one-year deal. According to reports, the deal is worth up to $8.32 million in efforts to bolster the thin receiving corps in Indianapolis. The New York Giants are signing running back Najee Harris to a one-year deal. Harris tore his Achilles last season playing with the Chargers and is making the full switch from Jim to John Harbaugh. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson is expected to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury. Tyson went down last Thursday during the Saints' joint practice with Jacksonville and could potentially miss up to 6 regular season games. And finally, your Portland Timbers are back in action tomorrow night, taking on San Diego FC inside Providence Park. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tomorrow's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 6:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy
Hanging out here in free consultation, we will get to Web Gems. Coming up next, hour number 3, the Big Nooner. I will share what the pathway to my new fandom in the NFL will be. Also, Dave Bartu will join us. We'll talk some more college football then. Danny and I having a nice time in the break talking a little college football. I can't wait. You know what I'm thinking, Danny? Next week when you get back, Thursday and Friday, let's try and do UW, WSU, Oregon, and Oregon State in those 2 days.
Okay.
Let's just bang them out.
Okay.
We'll preview them. We'll bring some guests on. I'm sure our good buddy Tyson will join us. I'll reach out to Alex Brink, Chris Fetters.
So we'll get the afterthoughts out of the way first. We'll do Cougs and Ducks, and then we'll do Beavs and
Huskies.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that how you want to do it?
Yeah.
Cougs, Ducks, Beavs, Huskies.
Get the afterthoughts out of the way first.
That's not very nice of you.
See, very nice. See how I lumped you in to get a shot at you too?
Why? But why?
It's my nature.
What have we done?
It's my nature.
We are so harmless.
No, I have nothing against Cougs. Never will have anything against Cougs.
We're the best.
Cougs and Bees, man. Like how can you hate them? How can you hate them?
I can't.
Go Tigers.
I've never had anything against the Huskies, but I like to hop on the fun.
Look, they want me to hate the Beavers, and I'm just like, but why?
But why?
I like them.
Yeah. Like
I like Corvallis. I like going down to Reeser.
I've never, like I said, I've never had any issue with the Huskies. It's like it's just whatever. But it's like, and you want to encourage me to not like somebody? I can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Reeser again this year.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, I gotta. The last game I watched down there is one of the worst live games I've ever seen in my life. Not the worst. Not the worst, but one of the worst games I've ever seen my team play. The worst game I've ever seen is the Crapple Cup.
Oh, we might get
2 girls, 1 Apple Cup. That's the worst. That's 16-13 in double overtime.
If
and it was like
Harris
20
is in
degrees.
The building, Beavers, we might get one.
Oh, dude, you're going to run me off the rails while he's going to ban me from going to games.
Probably not a bad idea.
Free consultation. My boys and I are going rafting in 2 weeks, and we're split between a 9:30 boat launch and a 1:30. As a seasoned rafter, what do you suggest? Well, I mean, if you're just going for a day, baby.
Get in the water early.
Let's see. If it's a 9:30 launch and a 1:30. Yeah,
I'd rather get in the water early.
Probably the 9:30. It's going to be a little chilly in the morning, but once you get to like 11 or noon at the end, at least you'll be hot.
Not only that, you're going to start running into more boats.
Yeah, and it depends on where you're going. Like, I do a lot on the Deschutes, and whether you're doing the upper, the mop-in stretch, or the lower, once you get past 4 or 5 o'clock and the sun starts to go over the canyon and you're in the shade, it gets cold real quick. Real quick. At least at 9:30, the sun is still out.
And when you get done, if you go on the early,
gonna be the same temperature.
Yeah,
anyway.
that ain't changing. But like when you get done early, you know what you do? Then you can actually have your barbecue in the sun.
Yeah,
you can enjoy it.
You can have an afternoon swim.
You're gonna be a little chilly on the water no matter what time you go.
Yeah, I'll go with 9:30.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Free consultation. We have.
I'm not as a seasoned rafter as you, but I have been more than a few times.
Oh God, I need to quit rafting. It's gonna kill me one day. Free consultation. We have 2 boys, 9 and 12, and the rule in our household is that they are not allowed to eat or drink in the living room. Hey, same here with me. I've got 9, 11, and 13. However, we said that their mother and I, because we are adults and we can avoid spills better. They tried to call us out for being hypocritical, but we had to explain that sometimes adults get privileges that kids don't. Do they have a case, or do they just learn to wait their turn to be adults?
They've got the case.
Says the child.
I know, right?
They've got the case.
No. I'm fairly certain your parents said the same thing that my parents said, and it's very simple. Because I said so.
My parents let us eat in the living room all the time.
Oh, we did too, but like I'm talking about it with other things. Like the reason is because I said so. Mm-hmm. You look, man.
I don't know if I got a lot of because I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I did every once in a while, but I don't think I got a ton of it.
I didn't get a ton, but like when it's there, and it's the I've had fun with my soon-to-be stepson when he says something. I'm like, oh, you want to go to McDonald's? Oh, you got McDonald's money?
When'd you get McDonald's money?
Oh, that's great. You buying? And it's like, well, I want this. And I'm like, well, that's great. Looks like you can hop on your Lamborghinis and walk on down there, or we can eat the leftovers in the fridge.
God, I'm so glad you're not my stepdad. You're not my real dad.
You don't like Lamborghinis?
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
I live in the same situation as you do, amigo, and every once in a while we let kids have some dessert, in the family room while
Sure.
we're watching TV.
Exceptions to rules can be made.
And Mom breaks that rule more than I do. I'm pretty stern about it.
Also, do you have carpet or hardwood?
I have hardwood, but a leather couch.
See, these things matter.
Yes.
If you've got carpet and upholstery couches or leather couches or something like that, things that can be stained and damaged very easily, and you have children, absolutely not.
You two olds. This is awful.
When you buy furniture that actually costs you money,
Again,
it will change
this
drastically.
Is what happens. You go out and you make sure that every time that you intend on eating in the living room, you get caught. Because they're just going to get tired of yelling at you. And all of a sudden, you end up with a nice little backyardigans TV tray to watch your Looney Tunes in the morning. That's how it gets done.
You can put it on the ball.
Kate's going here with expert manipulation where that's just not going to work on me.
Yeah, my kids, you just have to prove it to me. They're getting there. My girls are great. I feel bad. Like, they're being punished because it's Bubba.
Start your psychological warfare now.
Yeah,
See,
because
I was literally trained in it, so it's not going to work on me.
Because 9-year-old Bubba is a disaster.
Yeah.
Anywhere he goes. So, unfortunately, his sister. So, once you can prove it, that's where I am. If you can prove it, I'm good. And accidents happen. You know, I mean, not to me because I'm an adult and not a child, but accidents happen. But if you can consistently show me that you're not doing that, then I'm going to let it slide.
See, I'm with Case, but on the other side of it. Psychological warfare, the psyop is me on you, not the other way around.
Hey, Big L, if you need a place to crash, you can always crash at my house. All right. We'll go to McDonald's. How about that? And finally, free consultation. Have you ever found yourself out at a store or public place, and from a distance you see somebody who you don't necessarily dislike, but you're just not in the mood to get into a big chat right now? How extreme are the lengths you would go to avoid having to talk to them?
Ooh.
Let me tell you this. I got something. We were talking about Costco earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody who works at my Costco who I went to high school with and college with. I haven't seen her in forever. Always had a great relationship with her, but I haven't seen her in forever. And for some reason, I refuse to say hi. So, like, she works in the checkout line. I'll go to a different aisle.
See, I'm the
and just
opposite
play
way.
stupid.
I've got a buddy that I've pretty much known throughout my entire childhood. He works at Costco. Every time that I see him, I run up to him and give him a big old hug.
This texter, leave the store. You walk in, see somebody, it's like, well, I'm out of here.
See, I
Don't even remember what I came here for. In fact, burn the store down. I'm never coming back.
I think I'm the opposite because I like to think that I'm not, or I try to be better about it. Even if it's something I really like. There are very, 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 very few people on this planet that I just don't want to see. But I also kind of crave some confrontation. Like,
you don't say.
There's a former general manager of the franchise in town who I ran into at a scouting trip in an arena, and I sat down one chair in between us.
What would you say you do here?
And he did not acknowledge me the entire time, and I was like, good.
Wasn't ready to bifurcate?
Good. Good.
Wasn't ready to just move on?
Hey, you tried to get me fired twice like 7 years ago. Guess who's still here, bud?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm the other way.
This just in, Danny loves confrontation. Breaking news here on the fan. On the fan.
There's maybe a mild pettiness in me when I feel wronged by somebody that I don't shy away from those things. I don't shy away. Or some people, like, makes them cringe, like you said, like the web texter, like I'm walking out of the store, I'm walking faster and staring at that person.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're gonna lock eyes. You can all you want. Hey, over here. Just have my fun with it. I don't know, man. I'm evil.
Binary Brewing and the Fan have teamed up for the Only Fan IPA, available for a limited time. Taste the Fan with Binary Brewing's signature West Coast IPA. Go to Binary Brewing's Beaverton location and ask them about their Only Fan. So good, only the Fan and Binary Brewing can pull it off. That was free consultation every single Tuesday, at 11:15 going forward. We had some fun with that. We'll leave that in its new time slot for a little bit. If we have to circle back into the Big Nooner, we will. Speaking of the Big Nooner, Dave Bartu will join us at 12:15 for a couple seggies, talk some college football. We come back. It's everybody's favorite Web Gems, 105.1 The Fan. Everybody's favorite here, Web Gems, do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the Big Nooner, as I teased earlier, Dave Bartu will jump on, give us his college football matrix and all the goodies that he has from that on college football. I'm going to ask him a question about AP polls and coaches polls and why the hell we even do them. And hopefully he can give me a good answer for that. We'll have him in the Big Nooner. Plus,
he also just sent me something, and I'll share with you in the break that we can tee up to. That I think it's going to be really fun.
Fun. I like that. We'll also discuss potentially a new pathway for me to find an NFL team in the top of the Big Nooner, plus closing arguments to send you on your way. Something we've teased and talked about a lot lately, Danny, in terms of how owners, the future of ownership in sports, the influx of money and where that money is coming from. We've talked about it briefly, but I wanted to use this opportunity to kind of get into it. Private equity has entered the Bronx. And
yes.
The Yankees now
This has been sitting on the dock for like 10 days.
The Yanks and Apollo Sports Capital have struck a $2.6 billion financing deal. It is a mix of credit and equity intended to refinance existing debt and Apollo Sports CEO to join the Yankees board. The Steinbrenners will retain full control.
Until they come calling.
Until they come calling for their money.
If you don't think that this is a leverage play by private equity, you're out of your freaking mind.
Oh, without a doubt. But it just goes to show a lot of that kind of, as we've talked about over the last few days, of real money versus fake money in ownership. Mm-hmm. The Steinbrenners always had real cash because their cash was, now they weren't cash heavy, but they always had real cash because their money was the Yankees.
Especially in the era pre-explosion of valuation.
Correct.
The Yankees in the 90s threw money around. That was the whole thing. It's like the Yankees
did in the 2000s as well.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm. Again, I grew up on the roster that was Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, Jorge Posada, CeCe Sabathia, Robinson Cano, Derek Jeter, Hideki Matsui, Curtis Granderson, and you name whoever you want to play.
Yeah, when you go get, God, who am I thinking of?
A-Rod alone.
Yeah, but then they started going to get like A.J. Burnett. They paid him a ton of money, even though that didn't work out. But they were still willing to pay people a ton of money. And then you get to the 2010s, and Cashman kind of was like, oh, stop. We have no minor league system. We're not winning right now. Too much money on the books. When Jeets retires, they like tear the whole damn thing down, it feels like. Well, this, to be fair, if this is going to help them pay off some debt, because I think that's the modern Steinbrenner is very different than George. And I don't know if these debts are occurred from George or if they're the cost of modern-day baseball. But if it helps them settle up their debts, then maybe we will start seeing the Yanks. Because, look, they were never going to get Juan Soto. They couldn't afford Juan Soto.
Why does private equity get into anything?
To make money. I mean, the Yankees
They're not doing this out of the kindness of their hearts.
Oh, no. But the Yankees are the best brand in baseball to make money off of. Don't
think that's true right now. I think they're number two. But
let me back that up real quick.
American League.
Let me back that up real quick. I think the Yankees are the best brand in baseball to make money off of that aren't already printing money.
Yes.
Because the Dodgers are already printing money.
At a level that nobody else does.
Yeah, they don't need private equity to walk in. They've figured that out on their own.
They might.
Well, they might now, but that's a different story. But they didn't need it to figure it out. They're doing that on their own. Now that helps. Their TV deals help. The Frank McCourt situation helps. Landing Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the Japanese market and how much money they make off that. That has been great for them. The Yankees haven't really touched that in a while. They're still the Yankees. They're still the Pinstripes. Everyone knows the NY. They've got Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Cam Schlittler's a future dude. Cody Bellinger's been really good. They still are a very, very good team. But to your point, I don't know if they're really maximizing the amount of money they should be making. And if private equity lets you not worry about catching up, and lets you go to the future, then maybe they start making more money.
I think it's allowing you to build up your farm system because we have seen the Yankees farm system evolve in the past few years. Even if it's guys like Anthony Volpe and Jason Dominguez, you're still bringing prospects up, which is just what you want to see.
Spencer Jones.
But also you're allowing them to spend money elsewhere.
And some of those guys don't hit, but that's the nature of baseball.
Yeah.
Cam Schlittler hit. That's a big-time home run right there. Okay, Volpe didn't hit. I don't think Dominguez is going to hit. Spencer Jones might hit 40 bombs and 250 Ks, but he might hit.
Yep.
On the flip side, anytime I see these deals, I don't ever go to the positive. And not because it's the Yankees, but just I don't want private equity in sports, man. I just don't, because you are ripping the soul of sports out. And here's the deal. They don't care. This is like when you take a company public. The ethos of a company, the identity of a company is out the window because you now have a fiduciary responsibility to someone other than your customer. It's gone. It's gone. When private equity, when money, when IPOs happen, all the things that come along with that, your responsibility of the product is no longer tantamount. Your primary responsibility is to who has money in there, whether it's shareholders or private equity. Mm-hmm. And that's what I hate about it.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about with the Big Ten, BYU, Utah,
think about,
Big 12, anybody taking private equity money.
Every product out there that you buy that you're like, man, this is a great product, and it's out there for 10 years. You know what happens to it? It gets bought up by somebody bigger, and it gets cut, it gets downgraded, corners are cut, whatever it is, and then the quality of it goes down because it's now a part of a publicly held company, and all they're trying to do is maximize profits.
Oh, dude, I mean, I worked in beer for a long time, and there's some really great companies that are the forefathers of what we do
Widmer was
in this town, and their
massive
product
company.
is not as awesome anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It's just, Widmer was synonymous. Who was it, InBev that bought them?
They were Craft Brew Alliance, and then Craft Brew Alliance was partially bought by AB InBev. Now they're owned by Tilray, who owns 10 Barrel and a bunch of other stuff.
And again, I'm not taking shots. Like
Hop Valley.
If you do something successful that becomes so good that some big money corporation, a private equity firm, or VC firm comes in and wants to buy it, you've done the thing. Congratulations, you're a billionaire. Good on you. I'm not mad at you. It's the caretakers of that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're buying a product because you're buying the label. You're buying the pinstripes. You're investing in the Lakers, whatever it is. But you're not actually investing in the product or the customer. You're investing in the name and what it can do for you.
Side note on a baseball thing, I think it's time for a whole new facelift in New York. I think it's time for a whole new way to do stuff.
How do you mean?
I think you get Cashman out of there. I think you get Boone out of there. I think you throw money at guys like Pat Murphy in Milwaukee, and I think you start throwing money at guys like whoever's running the Tampa Bay Rays.
You go get the 29-year-old Quant.
Just go get the dudes that are making the Tampa Bay Rays the best team in baseball.
I would love to have
what I mean?
pancakes on my team.
Because like right now it's just not working.
Pat Murphy is running my team. I think here you go.
Yeah.
Just here you go.
Yeah, to me, it's just not working. Cashman, like, awesome. Thanks for your service, bud. We'll put you out in Monument Park. But it's time to get younger. It's time to be rejuvenate. Like, think about this. There are 3 guys running Major League Baseball teams that came from my Cleveland Guardians organization. One is running the Guardians. The other is running the Braves in Antonetti. And the other is Mark Spiro, who runs the Blue Jays. Like, go find somebody like that. That's been absolutely amazing at a lower level, and then give them money. It's like the Billy Bean thing. Why Billy Bean never got a chance to have money is beyond my imagination.
What could we do with this guy if he actually had money?
Yeah, it's like Kevin Cash at Tampa, maybe the best manager in baseball. What if you put him on the Yankees? Yeah. It's better than trotting Boone out there every day.
Oh, come on now. It's not that. I can't even say it.
Yeah, you can't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Can't say it straight face.
The Big Nooner is next, and here's the pathway to my new fandom, and I don't think anybody's going to like it, but I kind of like it. That's next. 105.1 The Fan Sports Network.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL news for you as the Atlanta Falcons have agreed on a one-year contract with veteran pass rusher Zadarius Smith. The deal is worth up to $6 million as Atlanta adds to their depleted edge amid the Jalen Walker injury and the James Pierce 8-game suspension. The Indianapolis Colts are signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen to a one-year deal. According to reports, the deal is worth up to $8.32 million in efforts to bolster the thin receiving corps in Indianapolis. The New York Giants are signing running back Najee Harris to a one-year deal. Harris tore his Achilles last season playing with the Chargers and is making the switch from Jim to John Harbaugh. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson is expected to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury. Tyson went down last Thursday during the Saints joint practice with Jacksonville and could potentially miss up to 6 regular season games. And finally, your Portland Timbers are back in action tomorrow night, taking on San Diego FC inside Providence Park. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tomorrow's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 6:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lower Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks.
The Big Nooner here on the firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. You know that we are stoked to be a part of your day, to get you set up for the rest of your day. After us, we'll turn it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2, getting closer and closer to that Boise State game as football is about to be right around the corner. They'll have you from 1 to 2. Then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then it's prime time from 3 to 7, and then you get bonus action tonight. Timbers Fan from 7 to 8. Jake Zivin and I will sit down with new manager of the Portland Timbers, Marty Cifuentes, on the program tonight. You won't want to miss that. 14 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. Dave Bartu will join us here in about 10, 15 minutes to talk some more college football. But Danny, we'll start the Big Nooner here. I figured out how the path is going to be built for my new NFL team.
Is it selecting the Chargers because they have a built-in excuse because their starting center just got carted off the field?
No, stop. Mm-hmm. Oh, those poor guy. I used to be a Charger fan.
Justin Herbert's already like, yes, I have an excuse.
The excuses keep mounting for one Justin Herbert. No, I used to be a Charger fan.
I'm juiced up.
I am not juiced up.
That I used to be a Charger fan because Ryan Leaf. Number 2 overall pick, quarterback, Washington State. And LT is my favorent player of all time.
Weirdly enough, despite being in division, the Chargers weren't good when I was a kid.
They're the Royals to me.
Yeah, it was like, and not only that, same colors.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the
Royals won a World Series, and I was like, good for them.
The Chargers, when they had LT and Rivers, I'm like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's cool.
Lost
I love
the AFC Championship to my Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's true.
But
because Rivers had a torn MCL and LT could barely walk.
No. But again, very fun team, fun organization.
Should have won that game, too.
I was voting for the Chargers. LT is my favorite player of all time. Got to meet him way back in the day when I was a toddler.
It's weird. It's an in-division team for me that I never hated because they were never really a threat when I was a kid. They just weren't good.
Some quotes from Roger Goodell. Quote, there are definitely international cities that could host something like that, meaning the Super Bowl, but we would like to see an NFL team in such a city first. At some point, there will be an NFL team outside the USA. I have no doubt that this will happen one day.
If they keep pushing this drum of Mexico City, I'm going to lose my mind.
If there is a team in London, I will be a fan of that team.
Why?
That will be my team.
Why?
Because I love the city of London. So does my wife. So does my oldest. It's a great town.
I mean, sure, but it's like you're going to get up at the butt crack to watch a game?
No, I'll only watch road games.
You're never going to watch your team play at home?
No, probably not. No, they'll make them like night games.
Yeah, I guess. It's still like...
Because like if you do like a 7:30 kickoff...
If I'm an NFL player and I'm playing in London, I'm pissed.
Well, I know. I also think
I'm pissed.
I also think I want to be a fan of whatever dumpster fire that's going to be.
But not just that. Like if I'm on a London franchise, I'm pissed. The amount of money that you're going to lose in tax rates is extra freaking nominal.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I have to go there and pay those tax rates? No. Absolutely not.
But that's why I think I'm going to be a fan of the team, because it'll just be a disaster.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And all my teams stink, so
nobody's
we'll just
gonna
add
wanna
it to
play
the
in that,
pile
dude.
of my team stinking.
Congratulations. I'm the highest earner in my position, yet I make as much as a 30th paid player at that position that plays in the U.S.
And watch we get Joe Burrow, and life will be awesome.
I don't think that's going to happen.
There is going to be a team internationally. I've never been to Mexico City, so I can't root for Mexico City.
But it's the whole idea of not just the altitude, just everything that comes with being in Mexico City. I could see a team being in Canada.
I could see a team being in Montreal.
I could see Montreal, Toronto. I could see those happen.
Because Toronto's the Alouettes?
Argonauts.
Argonauts, thank you.
Yeah. Winnipeg's not big enough. They got the Blue Bombers in the CFL, but I could see it.
You want to play an NFL game in January in Winnipeg?
Montreal is the Alouettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I no. No, I don't want to.
Yeah, you think Kansas City's cold in the winter? Brother, you think Green Bay's cold in the winter? No.
Get on up to Winnipeg.
I've been to Winnipeg in January and February. It's 20 and 30 below. No.
But I think that's why. I think if there's a team in London, look, I love the town. I love the country of England.
I think they'll spin
That's going
up
to be my team.
NFL Europe again before they'll spin up an actual franchise.
I don't. I mean, according to these are Roger Dale quotes from this morning.
I know that. The logistics of that are just one team. Nah, man. Even if you did two teams over there, that's just.
Well, you probably have to be very careful about scheduling. You probably do 3 road games in a row, and you just stay in the States.
Congratulations. You now get to live in 2 different countries when you're traveling to that's
you might as well put a team in Hawaii.
Yeah, legitimately.
That'd be sick.
But
I would definitely live in Hawaii.
I mean, guys would sign up for that.
If Hawaii got a team, I'd root for that team.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Except for the Rainbow Warriors. You take down my Stanford Cardinal this year, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Just the Warriors now.
Oh, they're not Rainbow Warriors anymore?
They took that out now.
Oh, okay.
So,
they're still the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in my heart.
Yeah, well, they took that out too. Great logo too.
Soft.
But the whole, not that I'm against it from like a fun standpoint. I think it'd be kind of dope, but like the actual logistics of it.
Oh, I agree.
Just pure unadulterated nightmare fuel.
Oh, I agree. It's a stupid idea. I think it's super dumb to have. Look, I understand wanting to make more money, but like, dude, the NFL is just the NFL. It's just America, man. North America is the only people that truly care. You already have international games. They do all right. I remember being in a cab in London, and the guy was like, "What is with the NFL? My kid won't shut up." I asked him if he wanted to go to. I think the cab driver was like, I asked my son if he wanted to go to the Arsenal-Chelsea game, and he said, no, can we go to the Jags NFL game instead? And the cab driver was like, why? Why?
What is this game that you speak of?
Look, I think there is some definite to have it, but I don't know, man. We saw NFL Europe. I think it's a cool thing to have.
I think it could circle back around. I think it could get rebooted.
I think it's a cool thing that fans enjoy going to see games when they're in Europe or in South America or Central America, Mexico. But I agree. I don't think it's the right thing.
They're better as standalones.
Yeah, it's not the right thing to do it permanently. But if they do something that dumb, I'll jump on board.
I don't see it happening within the next 1 to 5 years, but you say 10 years down the line, we have a team in Canada or we have worked out logistically to get a team in Mexico. I'm not against that.
Now, this could be something that's a little akin to your thought, Danny, of NFL Europe. This is on the text line. They'd have to have a Europe division for 4 teams so they could play each other and reduce travel. Could you put a team in Munich, London, Barcelona, and Paris?
Probably.
And that's
But at that point in time, why not just spin up NFL Europe?
Dude, you can't. I don't think the NFL is ready for 4 expansion teams.
That's what I mean. So, but if you had an NFL Europe,
could you move Jacksonville, the Jets? I don't know why I chose the Jets just for funsies because they already have 2 teams.
But not just that. It's like geography adjacent. Like, and not only that, Shad Khan and the Jags have volunteered to be London's team.
It's really redundant when the New York Jets don't travel very far for their schedule.
They don't. Buffalo's right there. New England's right there.
The New York Jets could take a bus ride to every single one of their games.
Well, Miami.
In division.
Miami's pretty far.
But again, once a year.
Can I fly to Miami faster than I can drive to Idaho from New York?
You can fly to Miami faster than you can get to. Then we can drive.
Then
to
I can
Idaho.
drive to
Yeah,
Idaho.
'cause it's what, 6 hours?
5.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's that long of a flight for us from us to freaking New York.
Is it 5.5 from here to New York? Oh, okay. I thought it was longer than that.
We basically did that flight.
6.5 hour drive from here to Boise.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, Boise's way in though. I'm talking the line.
It's not that far in. It's 40 minutes in.
Still, that's 40 minutes.
Lewiston?
Yeah, give me Lewiston. Yeah, Lewiston's probably 5.5. I've done that drive a billion times.
550.
540.
Yeah, split the difference.
Yeah, well, you people are driving slow.
I mean, but again, it's just
Who got pulled over yesterday morning?
again
Me, same spot.
in the
too.
same spot.
Mm-hmm.
They're just waiting for you now.
I couldn't go to the DOL yesterday because, well, they're closed on Mondays. I knew if I said that, Danny would get very upset about that. And sure enough, he is.
What would you say you do here?
You can put it on the ball.
The DOL is closed on Mondays, as is the DMV. Those are separate things now, too.
I know.
To go get my registration renewed, I can't go to the DMV. I have to go to the DOL. There's a DOL in the Ace Hardware by my house, though.
That's Washington, though.
I'm going to go there today.
You're there. Man, I don't have to deal with you.
I'm going to put my Coug plates on my car.
Are you?
Mm.
I've debated getting veteran plates just to get the permanent one so I never have to do it again.
Do you think you get pulled over less if you got the vet plates?
Probably.
You think cops are like, ooh, yeah, I like that guy. Merca.
Probably.
I think so. I bet you get lucky.
I can apply for the disabled ones, too.
You're welcome, USA.
I think if he sees my Cougs one, he's going to be like, ooh, hey, whoop, whoop.
Yeah. There's beer in there.
Sir, have you been drinking? Officer, it's 8:30 in the morning. My question stands. Sir, have you been drinking?
Yeah, I mean.
Go Beavers.
Like a duck.
Let's bring in Dave Bartu. Let's talk a little college football. Our buddy Dave Bartu will join the show here in a moment. 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network.
The new
Oh, college football's coming up, so let's have a little fun with that. We'll bring in a fan favorite of 1080, 105.1, the Fan Sports Network. I know Isaac Ropp loves this man. I know Danny Marang loves this man. I love this man. We all do. It is Dave Bartu, College Football Matrix. Dave, thanks for joining the show, amigo. I want to ask you this question. It almost feels like to me that people like you who nerd out on this stuff so amazingly, you almost prefer the preseason than when games actually start?
No, I love it when the games start, right? And now here's the thing, though. This might be a little different, though, perception-wise. Is one of the happinesses I get out of it is trying to find out where everything went wrong, right? You know, the pursuit is always coming up with a formula or data that shows, breaking something down, or, how can I help a Dan Lanning with going for it on fourth down, or going for two, or, changing the way a game outcome. But so often the data points to X and then Y happens. Right?
So,
it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
why did that? Right. So it's like, I know this sounds crazy as heck. I enjoy it when I'm wrong because it makes me stay on the blackboard and try to find answers.
Yeah, I think Bill Connolly agrees with you the way he does it too. It's like we don't want to predict. There'd be no fun if the data told us what was going to happen. It's more fun when we figure out how the data was so wrong.
Exactly. It is, and that's a weird way to look at it, but I can't wait to be wrong in week one.
Bartu, you sent me something that you just popped out here, and kind of fitting alongside that, the looking at the Big Ten, the coach cues and kind of, I would say, indicative qualifiers for the 18 coaches. And I want to make sure I get the numbers right here because it's. I think for most people, they're always like, well, what's the sample size? What is this actually like? What's it based on? You've got your upset tell here, 16 seasons of drive data, 403,335 drives, 16,111 games. So this isn't like, well, over the course of, 2 seasons. Like, no, man, there is a disgusting amount of data to where you always want more because you're able to filter out for noise. But you're profiling the Big Ten coaches and some of the cues that come along with those. And you've got some, I think, some pretty distinct outliers with the likes of Matt Rule on one end and Sig on the other. But what did you learn through this process and some kind of indicative statements or tells or cues, as you call them, in this profile?
Yeah, well, what I was looking for is one of the questions I always have is what makes an upset, right? Is there some sort of pattern in football that we can go, hey, if A plus B plus C, this game's on upset alert? And so I started digging into it, and I filtered out all of the games except for those when you're a favorite. Now, I know for some programs that's not a lot of football games. But when it comes down to upsets, I was looking for, as a fan, when should I go, uh-oh, right? Mm-hmm. And so I started with Oregon. I'm an Oregon alum, and so, Dan only has 8 losses. 3 of them are blowouts. And so I'm like, okay, we got 5. How many of them are underdogs? And so when you look at his losses as a favorite, there's only 5 of them. And there's 2 things that stood out. Now, what stands out for Dan doesn't stand out for everybody. But for Oregon, and if you're a Duck fan, and you can find the article online, is if you're trailing at the end of the first quarter.
Something didn't go right. And if it's almost like if the script gets altered early, the plan B, C, and D aren't maybe quite as well connected as plan A. Exactly.
So five losses that were close, all trailed at the end of the first quarter. Okay? When he's leading at the end of the first quarter, hasn't lost a football game. Now, here's the other thing, though, on those to qualify the ones where he's trailing. His offense and his defense is also not working. Normally, in a Duck win, first quarter, offense runs about 22 plays in the first quarter. Defense faces about 20. Pretty balanced. Mm-hmm. In all the losses, the defense faced 26. The offense only ran 15. Massive flip. right? So not only are you behind, your defense is on the field too long, and your offense isn't staying on the field. So, it takes a double whammy. But once that's avoided, that first quarter, pretty tough to beat him. But everybody has a little bit different tells inside those numbers.
And that's actually where I wanted to go with this, because you've got, the longest tenured head coach in major college football in Kirk Ferentz, and he's got a tell in there. I think it's pretty indicative of his style of play over the course of his career at Iowa. And it's Iowa football to the extreme. It's taking care of the ball. And you have it lined out as if that second turnover happens, well, there she wrote. How many of these tells do you see among these 18 coaches where they become so synonymous with stylistically of who they are and the identity that they've created?
Right. It was amazing when Kirk's popped out, and the system was literally like this complete byproduct of his control, offense, and defense. And he runs such a tight in the phone booth kind of game mentality that the turnovers are what destroy him. And so now you and I both know turnovers are a lot luck. You don't really create them, you try to, but everybody preaches it. So you're trying to minimize the damage. So with Iowa, when that second turnover against his team pops up, he's in hot water. And I can't remember what his record was, but it was a ridiculous amount of his losses come with 2+ turnovers.
I mean, when you take a look at that, when we had you on last week, we were talking about the idea of momentum. How much of the momentum of these coaches also factors into their individual cues and tells?
In fact, momentum is the biggest thing out there. You look at Dan. When he has momentum, he's lost 3 games in his career. Mm-hmm. When Kirk Ferentz has momentum in his favor, he's lost 9.
In his career?
In his career.
Cool.
Nick Saban, when he has momentum in his favor, lost 5 games total.
Wow.
Kirby Smart's lost 1. Ryan Day, when he has momentum, is 77-0. So it's incredibly important.
So basically, if they have momentum, does that become even if their cues here pop, the momentum will trump it? How did you see any correlation, or I shouldn't say correlation? How many outliers existed, or I don't know if you've looked at this in the sense, how many outliers have existed out there that pertain that still hit with their cues even with momentum? Do those even exist?
Good. That's a great question, right? Because these upset cues, I literally started looking at it in the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. So I haven't run it against momentum to see. Now here's the thing. Look at some of these things, okay? Think about the momentum and game control. You're down on, you're for Oregon, you're trailing. You're Iowa, you're down on turnovers, right? These are all negative game control, all negative momentum episodes that are going against your team. And so what I've found is that all of these things, the thing at the bottom is momentum, and everything else contributes to it, whether it's turnovers, lack of explosive plays, creating explosive plays, being behind in the first quarter. I think what we'll find is all these losses are in parallel with not having game control as well.
He's Dave Bartu of the College Football Matrix. Dave, can we keep you for one more?
Absolutely, sir. Just cruising down 84 towards Pendleton right now.
Excellent. I love it. See, he's going to Idaho, too. We'll take a quick break. Dave Bartu, College Football Matrix. I want to ask some questions about top 10 teams that'll fall out of rankings if data suggests that, and why the hell we have polls to begin with. But we'll toss it to Casey first with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL news for you as the Atlanta Falcons have agreed on a 1-year contract with veteran pass rusher Zadarius Smith. The deal is worth up to $6 million as Atlanta adds to their depleted edge rush amid the Jalen Walker injury and the James Pierce 8-game suspension. The Indianapolis Colts are signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen to a 1-year deal. According to reports, the deal is worth up to a little over $8 million in efforts to bolster the thin receiving corps in Indianapolis. The New York Giants are signing running back Najee Harris to a 1-year deal. Harris tore his Achilles last season playing with the LA Chargers and is making the switch from Jim to John Harbaugh. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson is expected to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury. Tyson went down last Thursday during the Saints' joint practice with Jacksonville and could potentially miss up to 6 regular season games this season. And finally, your Portland Timbers are back in action tomorrow night, taking on San Diego FC inside Providence Park. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tomorrow's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 6:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
Dave Bartu joining us, College Football Matrix, for one more Seggy. As football is near and dear to our hearts here at The Fan, your home of the Oregon Ducks. Don't forget that. You can catch every single game right here on the Fan Sports Network. Dave, I wanted to ask you something. You were talking last segment about kind of, the prediction part is fun of it, is part of the fun, but you're more interested these days in figuring out where things went wrong. Let's use the moniker that seems to continue to run its course, that a top 10 team will inevitably finish unranked. Is there a way, how are you able to try to combat that? Because, Florida State famously a couple years ago, but I think it's 9 of the last 10 years of top 10 teams falling out. Is there any way to predict that, or is that part of the trying to figure out where upsets come from?
Well, I don't know if you can predict it exactly, but I think we can raise some red flags.
And if
right?
if you raise red flags, I think a lot of people are talking, maybe Texas A&M, maybe Ole Miss, hell, maybe even Indiana. What does your data suggest where that could go?
Well, something. Well, A&M I think is a great one. Okay, let's start there. Is the biggest red flag to me is in 2025, that was the best offense they have had this century. And their offensive coordinator is gone.
Mm-hmm.
A brilliant player, brilliant coach, now the head coach at Kansas State. And Mike Elko went, this is not safe for work, so cover your ears, kids. Mike Elko went next man up. I hate saying it, okay? You're a top 20 recruiter. You shouldn't be going next man up. I just don't like it, right? And I think maybe my PTSD comes in with Mark Helfrich, right? They went next man up, and then we saw 4 straight years of regression. So not only did they go next man up, they went with a wide receiver coach that's never called plays. Never called plays. So you got a new offensive coordinator, never called plays. I just don't like it at all. And last year, A&M's defense was bad. It was 56 in the country. It was the worst playoff defense that was out there. They did get rid of their defensive coordinator. Kentucky took him, and now Kentucky has the worst defensive coordinator in the SEC. So I think A&M is even if Colin stayed as the offensive coordinator, I still think they're due for a slide. Maybe not out of the top 25. Are they in the top 10 right now?
Yeah, number 8 in both coaches and AP.
Yeah, I'll sell that, dude. I will sell that with an inexperienced offensive coordinator all day long. And I know they got the returning quarterback, Marcel Reed, but the question is, how good was he relative to the play caller? Was it more about the play caller fitting it to his strengths, or vice versa? I'll fade A&M, and it sounds like you're willing to fade A&M with me.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I want to stick with rankings for a second. Look, I'm a firm believer that rankings, there should only be one. We don't need we don't need coaches and AP. I would love to see a ranking system similar to what you do in terms of just let the data speak for itself, and then we can eyeball any sort of misses that we need to. But do these rankings play any part into what the computer spits out? Or does your computer spit out pretty close to what these rankings provide?
Oh, like the preseason crap?
Yeah.
Look at we're talking about it.
True. That's why I'm asking. Like,
right, we're talking about it. Now, does it have any impact on the playoff teams? No, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we ranked Kent State number 1 and Georgia unranked, is that going to play itself out?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It always does. It always does, right? And so as long as we understand the AP Top 25 and the coaches poll and all this, it's just a bunch of BS for fun and entertainment. That's cool. It's when fans think it actually has an impact. Now, it may have a recruiting impact, a narrative or something like that, but I think with NIL money, a lot of that's gone away too. So, the only rankings that ultimately matter are those at the end, and those are part of the playoff committee. None of these preseason things have any correlation or any effect. People like to go, well, Georgia was number 1 to begin, and now they're number 1 with the committee, so it's correlated. No, they just happen to be really good teams. There's only so many really good teams, so I don't worry about it. But it's fun water cooler discussion as long as people don't take it seriously.
Dave, let's put it back in the backyard and look at Oregon. The talent profile they have is probably one of the best they've ever had. The way the schedule is lined up for them, I think it's more favorable than most of the other teams in the top 10. When you look at Oregon this year, is this I know this era of college football, it's so much more wide open, and the data suggests that anybody can do it in a sense if they get it right. But when you look at Oregon right now and their profile, coaching and player profile, is this kind of a make or break season for them? Is this the time that they have to win a national title?
No, it's not a make or break season for them. Number one, the data doesn't show anybody can do it. I know people want to point to Indiana, but you know something? That's the greatest anomaly in my lifetime, and I don't expect it to be repeated. But at the same time, too, is understand, Indiana did that with the highest graded staff in the country. Okay? Offensive coordinator, head coach, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. That was the number one group coming into 2025 last year. Okay? So they had a huge ceiling of coaching. Now, for Oregon, no, it's not make or break, right? Because look at Dan's number. Look at him. I look at him. I profile him. Number one, we talked about momentum. Okay, his momentum generation is about 84%. Kirby Smart's at 86. Nick Saban's at 88. His momentum generation is very, very good.
Dave,
his close rate.
Can you explain momentum? What you mean by that?
It's a series of combining the offense and defense over time in a game to control a game. So it's not just like a play where you hear on the on TV. It's like, oh, that score changed the momentum.
Right.
Maybe a little bit, but true momentum, true game control is a series of about 12 to 20 plus plays that really control the game. It's not just one event. Dan is excellent at manufacturing it. It requires team working together. It's not an offensive thing or a defensive thing. It's a combination of the two. So Dan is very good at manufacturing it. He's elite. He is a semi-elite closer. I wish he only had one or two losses, not three, but I'll give two of them to being too aggressive on fourth down. If he punts and ignores the negative EV play inside his own 50, he probably only has one loss. He is excellent at survivor. And that means when you don't have momentum, how well do you win? Kurt Cignetti is good at it. Dan is elite at it. Do we have top 5 talent each and every year? Yes, we do. Okay, so this isn't make or break. It comes down to me is the talent's going to be there. You have the head coach. 100% believe in Dan, and I think he's going to get better as he learns as he goes along. So the ultimate question comes down to the coaching, right? Cignetti had it. Ryan Day had it. Kirby Smart had it. Saban had it. All of them had really high-level OCDC combinations. That's my concern this year. You lost your OC. Yep, we went next man up. You lost your OC, you lost your DC. Now, on the DC side, you have an experienced defensive coordinator in Hampton who had a top 25 year at Tulane. I really believe in Chris Hampton's ceiling. It projects very, very high, but I'm still holding my breath. But I do believe in his potential there. The flip side, Drew Maringer, the offensive coordinator. Okay, he's been an offensive coordinator for 1 year, and it is one of the 10 worst seasons graded as an offensive coordinator in the last 16 years. It's horrible what he did at Rutgers. Okay, so now I know a lot of fans are probably going, but Dante Moore. I get it. If Moore is that good, he will elevate him. Okay, just like Levitt did at Arizona State, he elevated Marcus Arroyo, who without Levitt and without Justin Herbert is a terrible offensive coordinator. So, can Moore do it? We're going to find out what's stronger, Moore's ability or Drew's ability to learn and adapt and try to perform. That's what scares me this year, and that's why I say don't put all your eggs in one basket, because to me, Oregon is not a complete national championship team because of that uncertainty at coordinator.
Something fascinating that popped out of your coaches in the Big Ten is the idea of Pat Fitzgerald being on the hot seat already at Michigan State. Bro just got there. Is that more indicative of kind of the tumultuous state of the Spartan program, or is this Pat Fitzgerald maybe not fit for a head coaching job anymore?
No, this is me trying to be a jerk. Is what it is.
That's not very nice, Dave.
Oh man, you know something? Look, sometimes when I love predicting things, and this is what I'm really trying to see way out in advance. Right now, hear me out. Here's why he's on my hot seat. Okay, Michigan State fan still thinks D'Antonio and that playoff team's walking back through that door. Okay, so their expectations for this guy is really high. Okay, now Pat Fitzgerald for his career, slightly above average head coach. Solid. Okay, solid. Really good on the road. But 4 years before he got fired from Northwestern, he lost his defensive coordinator, Hankowitz. And I would argue top 5 most underappreciated coordinators in the last 20 years. Unbelievable defensive coordinator. When you got to sit down and talk to him about his base defense and defending the red zone, blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind about his simplicity. So as soon as Hankowitz left, Pat Fitzgerald went in the tank. And I'm not talking about a little bit in the tank. I'm like talking Mike Loxley bad in the tank. Okay? Three of his last 4 years at Northwestern were fired, and fired. He was horrific. He was 11 games under average coach at Northwestern in his last 4 years without Hankowitz. Okay? Guess what? He doesn't have Hankowitz, and his staff isn't very good. I know it's too early to say he's on a hot seat because technically he's not, but I really think of all the guys that got hired, I think Michigan State took a massive risk. I think he's enormously overrated, and he's got to really, really prove it to me over the next 3 years for me to start believing about him.
I know you and I are kind of in lockstep as far as the idea of like who can actually win a national title. And I don't want to go down that path, but who is a team that is not getting the love they should be based on their coaching profile, their talent profile, their schedule, everything that kind of plays into everything there? Who is that team, whether it's a top 25 team, top 40 team that you're looking at that based on everything that you've seen should outperform all of the public side thoughts or debates around them versus what the actual data says?
Man, I'm an eternal pessimist, and so I like talking bad about teams. Like, why is Steve Sarkisian such a bad head coach?
Why is Michigan the most overrated program?
It's amazing, you know. And I want to believe in Lane, but first year head coach in the transfer process. Lane's worst year at Ole Miss, first year. FAU, first year. First year's really, really hard. Mm-hmm. And so when you look at the talent and the coaching profile, there's really nothing in the ACC. You got Notre Dame and Miami. You got really good staffs. You got really good talent. In the Big 12, there's no talent there at all. There's nobody to discuss in the Big 12 competing for a national title. I don't see it. Yes, the Texas Tech has a great staff, and I love it because I helped put it together. But talent-wise, still not there. And Cignetti as a head coach is just a different level of wizard, dude. It's just amazing. So I think it still comes down to all your elite talent plus Indiana. And I don't think there's really any other dark horse out there, even though people want to believe there's another Indiana. I don't see the staffing and talent combination that's at Indiana right now, at Indiana the last year, that's out there today that I'd say, yeah, I actually really believe that's a dark horse to win a national title. Playoff team, that's different. But national title, no, I'm not buying it.
It's Dave Bartu, College Football Matrix. Dave, we'll get you out on this. One question, something that Danny and I don't quite understand. I'm just going to throw two programs at you, the hype behind them this year, and I'm curious if the data supports it or not. One is the Michigan Wolverines, and the other is the Washington Huskies. Big years expected for both of them, especially up north in Seattle. With the DeMond Williams drama, they lost a ton of weapons to the draft, and then Michigan, which still hasn't found the forward pass, they seem a little overhyped for me. What does your data suggest?
Are they both top 25 right now?
Yes, sir. Top 20.
Oh, Michigan, I'll throw them out right now. I'll throw them out right now.
Danny and I don't understand it. That Michigan team is not very good.
Well, look at all the drama around the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Right? Look at all the discombobulation and the turnover, and it's a mess.
We love Whittingham. Is it just stock in Whittingham?
I think so. And again, first-year head coach at a new spot. You know, I think we're expecting average here. So, you know, maybe 7-5, maybe 8-4. You know, I think 9-3 would be incredibly exceptional for them to stay in the top 25. I really, really do. I think it's just a lot of growing pains with a fully new staff, a roster turnover. No, I'm not buying it, especially in a very, very well-coached Big Ten. There's just a lot of potholes, maybe not a lot of talent, but there's a lot of teams out there, like in Iowa. Mm-hmm. Is Iowa in the top 25?
Oh, shoot, I just had it up.
I'll flip Iowa and Michigan in a heartbeat. Now, with Washington quietly has one of the best defensive coordinators in football. Ryan Walters is awesome.
Iowa's 22.
Okay, so, again, just drop Michigan, but leave Iowa in there. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I think with Washington is the defense is going to carry them. You do have a returning quarterback. Jed Fish as a play caller is pretty mid. He's in the 55, 60th percentile. I don't buy the hype. I don't think he's that good. As a head coach, he's pretty mid as well. But then again, an average offense with an elite defense, I think what you're betting on here is you have a top 25 scoring efficiency defense last year. Can that become a top 10 or 15? So, and you look at the schedule, it is favorable. I could see them squeaking out 9-3. Jed catching a little bit of a lightning in a bottle, but am I betting them as a team that's going 10-2, making the playoffs? No, I'm not doing that. I think the staff isn't good enough. I don't think Jed Fish is good enough. But if Ryan Walters can get hot, he's proven it. He can put up a top 3 defense. So to me, if you're betting on Washington at 10-2 and in the playoffs, you're putting all your eggs in that defense.
He's Dave Bartu, College Football Matrix. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Travel safe. We'll catch up down the road.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks, Bartu.
Dave Bartu, College Football Matrix. Always fun to chat with him. He's always got a ton of stuff to go. I'm telling you, Michigan doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I don't. And the way he phrased that, flip Michigan and Iowa. Remember when we did the schedule? I was like, the only hesitation I had with that was that it's played the big house.
Exactly.
Like, that's the only. If it's in Iowa, I'm taking Iowa to cover.
Without
I'm just not even. It's just no. Like neither team can throw the ball, but one of them doesn't have the stank of Michigan over it.
Yes, one of them has decided not to throw the ball. The other one's just like, what's throwing the ball? Yeah. We come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. 105.1 The Fan. All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments are brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. For more information, visit leskinlaw.com. Coming on the program tomorrow, be a Casey and yours truly edition.
See ya.
See you later. We'll get into some Christian McCaffrey's issues when it comes to dollar bills.
A hold in.
Touch on a little Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons, revisit that. Also, there's a weird Ketel Marte situation going on in baseball, and I think it's time to revisit old Jerry DiPoto and his 54% as we may say adios to the Seattle Mariners in 2026. So a lot of fun to have on the program tomorrow. As far as baseball matchups go tonight, here's some ones you can watch on the bump. Carlos Rodon coming off the IL today for the New York Yankees there in Baltimore. Braxton Ashcraft is going to throw for the Pirates. If you haven't seen him, he's great against Detroit. Zach Wheeler on the bump for Philly against Miami. Nick Martinez, Jose Soriano. Toronto at Tampa should be a good game.
I don't know why this is such a great bit for me, but I love it. I love it.
South Side versus the North Side. Chicago White Sox at Wrigley tonight. Kevin Gossman on the bump for the Cubs. And let's hope those idiots don't get in a fight again in right field. Oh, no. Weird. White Sox fans got in a huge fight with Cubs fans at Wrigley yesterday. I'm shocked. Please stop. No.
There's a huge fight apparently at Broncos training camp.
I did see something like that.
Nick Petonio apparently got into it.
Okay. Whatevs.
Ball's here.
Whatevs. But kind of just a little bit of reaction post Dave Bartu there. I love that concept of predicting's not as fun. It's trying to figure out where it went wrong. I love that. I love that. I think that's really cool.
It's like because that's how you get the predictive analytics to be better. That's why I asked him the question comparing momentum to the outliers. Like, is there, because to me that tells you what a true, no doubt, dyed-in-the-wool wild upset is. Because if all of your positive momentum cues have hit, but your negative cue hit on top of that, and either you won or like the deciding factor of like whether or not you won or lost, if your positive momentum's there and your negative cues hit and you lost, that gives more staying power to your negative cue and really pushes the outlier upset to kind of the outbounds of that data.
Yeah, it's also fascinating to me that like he hates that Elko put next man up, but he has more faith in Dan, so Lanning's next man up is still a concern, but not crazy.
I think he was pretty heavy on the I'm watching this.
I agree with that. That'll do it for us. Closing arguments brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. For more information, visit leskinlaw.com. Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, the alternative to divorce court. We'll catch you tomorrow. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.